don't know why we parted. I don't know what went wrong. I just know that I want your body here with me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch. Make me feel like I can't explain. Oh no, don't you leave, it's just a bit of fun. You know how to drive me insane. I know it shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night. Tell me you want me, baby. Tell me I'm not alone. Tell me you wanna be with me tonight. With me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch. Make me feel like I can't explain. Oh no, don't you leave, it's just a bit of fun. You know how to drive me insane. I know it shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night. It shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night.
It's a summer love affair, putting flowers in your hair. Windows down in the Jeep as we pull up to the beach. Got this feeling like a crush. I don't wanna say too much, so I'm leaning in real close. Let's see where it goes. Make a move, make a move. Oh, it's time to make a move. Feel you touching on my heart, feel you touching on mine. It's a hot, hot, hot situation. It's a hot, hot episode. It's a hot, hot, hot temptation. 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 Like a diamond in the sun, baby, now we're having fun. Turn the music up real loud. Come and find me in the crowd. Lips so sweet like cherry rose. Close your eyes and start to fall. Got me leaning into close. Let's see where it goes. Make a move, make a move. Oh, it's time to make a move. Feel you touching on my heart, feel you touching on mine. It's a hot, hot, hot situation. It's a hot, hot episode. It's a hot, hot, hot temptation.
no thing. Ain't into bling. Just use enough. You fill me up. I don't care for diamond rings. I just crave the simple things, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't need no fancy car. I'll take you just the way you are, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Don't need no thing. Ain't into bling. Just use enough. You fill me up. I don't care for diamond rings. I just crave the simple things, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't need no fancy car. I'll take you just the way you are, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't care for diamond rings. I just crave the simple things, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't need no fancy car. I'll take you just the way you are, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. 'Cause that's what I want. That's what I want. 'Cause that's what I want. That's what I want. 'Cause that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Moving forward in the future. Now that we're together. Now that we're together. Moving forward in the future. Now that we're together. Now that we're
We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just really wanna feel fine, feel fine, feel fine, feel fine, feel fine, feel fine. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. I'm a jump from the ship, but I can't swim. I'm a run from the life that I'm living. Like a ghost fading into oblivion. Big win, big win. I'm a joke from a rope I'm swinging. Just a bloke made of smoke and some thick skin. Cauterized by the wound of a vision. A prison, a
a prison. Tell me it's all or nothing. Tell me I'll have your world. Don't wanna be good for something if my life is a blur. Tell me it's all in my head. I'm a hypochondriac. Don't wanna be left for dead when, even when I have a heart attack. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just really wanna feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. Idolize, idolize, that's a word game. I am sick of the grip of my thin frame. You can call me my first and my last name. When did I become such an ingrate? Toe to toe, shoe to shoe, I'm a shoelace. I'm a fraud, I'm a zoo in a dark place. Why do I even try to pretend that I can rhyme good? Oh well, I guess. Tell me it's all or nothing. Tell me I'll have your world. Don't wanna be good for something if my life is a blur. Tell me it's all in my head. I'm a hypochondriac. Don't wanna be left for dead when, even when I have a heart attack. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. We just really wanna feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun, feel fun. We just wanna have a good time, good time, good time, good time, good time, good time. Good time.
Don't you wanna tell me about the time that we felt fake? Turn your eye on the halo that you give yourself daily. Give me a new ending, cause I'm running free tonight. Don't want that story, wanna love and live my life. Always talking about where we'll be, gonna move out of the city. Spending our time daydreaming, living our life like a movie. I'm the only one who can make me whole. Pick me up, I'm the only one. Gonna ride this feeling and write a new beginning. I don't wanna pretend that everything I wanted was gone in the end. And I don't wanna pretend again. And I don't need to pretend I'm living in this moment, I'm living my best. Cause I don't need to pretend. Don't live life in envy, shine a bright energy. With the waves I'm making, gotta make sure I'm happy. I'm the only one who can make me whole. Pick me up, I'm the only one. I'm gonna ride this feeling and write a new beginning. And I don't wanna pretend that everything I wanted was gone in the end. And I don't wanna pretend again. And I don't need to pretend I'm living in this moment, I'm living my best. Cause I don't need to pretend. And I don't wanna pretend that everything I wanted was gone in the end. And
like you. Ain't no drama, only venom when I get my dues. Respect, I'm the next tycoon. Got a pad full of greens, couple M's mine soon. Non-believer, do you see the confidence? Got some people waiting for me on the fence. I live it, but never see me on the fence. Best believe that when I win, it's common sense. I'm designed to fly, defeat all demise. The best me, no fear, no compromise. 100 degrees, I breathe more to life. You should disconnect and throw in the west. And a hand that's in this. Gotta back it up a high percentage. Got a heart in my sleeve, non-stop. Stepping up to the sea, more shots. Getting those. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild. You can never stop me. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars. You'll never forget me. But not holding back on the side. Only get better with time. Ready to own what is mine tonight. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild. You can never stop me. Yeah, I never wait up. Flowers say so they coming on the way up. A true fighter's what they always been afraid of. Cards had a close on my circle when I lay up. Switch the game every quarter like a time zone. Aim for the bus, tryna build up to this mind zone. Pave the way with only items that I might own. Imagine what I'm about to do, be an icon. And the problem just the haters that I might know. It's a night show, the way I'm about to make a movie with these lights. No, the one they be like me, they can try. All gold, everything when I write. Come and repeat it, every legend gotta fight. A new world, when I flip, make it tight. Ain't nobody doing minutes how I like. Seat buckled up, going up like a bike. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild. Up in the sky, into the light. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars. With every stride, our future's bright. Cause I'm on to the next. The way I shape shifts makes them call me a threat. Running on this path, never done, no regrets. There is nothing you can do when the face on the set. You're in front of the best. Different league if you wanna get to me. I game and pedigree. Yeah, I only got a picture on the centerpiece. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild. You can never stop me. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars. You'll never forget me. But not holding back on the side. Only get better with time. Ready to own what is mine tonight. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild. You can never stop me. One touch from you takes me to paradise, paradise. One look from you and I fall in your arms, in your arms. Baby don't stop, baby don't stop, baby don't stop it. And give me your love, give me your love, give me your loving. Say that you want, say that you want, say that you want it. Cause this is my love, this is my love. Something about you feels like heaven came along. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Something that you do makes me feel like we belong. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel One kiss from you is like a fantasy, fantasy. It's like you go beyond my wildest dream, wildest dream. Baby don't stop, baby don't stop, baby don't stop it. And give me your love, give me your love, give me your loving. Say that you want, say that you want, say that you want it. Cause this is my love, this is my love. Something about you feels like heaven came along. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Something that you do makes me feel like we belong. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Give it to me now. Damn, you're sexy, but you keep controlling my mind. Yeah. I've been thinking of reasons, but I can't deny. Yeah. 'Cause baby, you are not a girl, and you wanna punish me. Sugar, you got a hold, so come on, do what you please. My mind is saying no, but you're bringing me to my knees. I cannot deny you're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Ooh, you're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Ooh, so baby, lick your lips and take a bite. Baby, I'm all yours tonight. You're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Ooh, yeah, what kind of magic got control of me? Oh, what kind of magic you got over me? Yeah, ooh, 'cause baby, you are not a girl, and you wanna punish me. Sugar, you got a hold, so come on, do what you please. My mind is saying no, but you're bringing me to my knees. Yeah, I cannot deny you're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Oh, you're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Oh, so baby, lick your lips and take a bite. Baby, I'm all yours tonight. You're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Ooh, yeah, put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Put your lips upon my lips. Let me have a taste. Tasty, yeah. Damn, you're tasty. Tasty. You're looking so tasty. Tasty, yeah. Damn, you're tasty. Ooh, so baby, lick your lips and take a bite. Baby, I'm all yours tonight. You're looking so tasty. Yeah, damn, you're tasty. Ooh, give it to me now.
I don't know why we parted. I don't know what went wrong. I just know that I want your body here with me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch. Make me feel like I can't explain. Oh no, don't you leave, it's just a bit of fun. You know how to drive me insane. I know it shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night. Tell me you want me, baby. Tell me I'm not alone. Tell me you wanna be with me tonight. With me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch.
After 2 2 months of intense competition, the WRL A1 regular stage concluded splendidly, with 8 teams from WRLCN and 4 teams from WRL APAC emerging as the standout performance among the rest. KBG secured the top position in WRLCN with an impressive winner stake, closely followed by JT. In WRL APAC, Seoul KTRY showcased remarkable dominance, while Bariram BRU also displayed commendable performance. For those summoners who crave more action, the playoffs will commence on June 21st, where the 12 victorious teams will continue battling for the prestigious title of WRL A1 champion. The playoffs in both WRLCN and WRL APAC will follow a BO7 double elimination tournament, allowing only 2 teams from each conference to progress to the finals. The first place team from the regular stage in WRLCN, Team KBG, will go head-to-head against Team Nova, while the remaining team, JT, will directly versus ADG. The 2 victorious teams will then compete for the first spot in the WRLCN finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, the 5th place JDG team will select TE as their first round opponent, while the remaining team, WBG, will confront TT. The winner of the first round in the losers bracket will then face the opponent determined by the first place team in the regular stage, and the final winner will earn a spot in the finals. Additionally, the 4 teams from WRL APAC that advances to the playoffs will also engage in the double elimination tournament, where 2 winners will be chosen to proceed to the finals. The finals will unfold over 3 thrilling days, promising an unmatched level of excitement. On the first day, the 4 teams will engage in a BO1 single round robin, and the team that finishes with the top ranked will secure the first ticket to the grand finals. The remaining 3 teams will then face off in a single elimination bracket on the second day, vying for the chance to compete against the top-ranked team. Finally, on the third day, the 2 winning teams will enter a gripping BO7 Ultimate Showdown to determine the ultimate WRL A1 champion. With all 12 teams fully prepared, the question remains, who will emerge victorious and claim the coveted championship glory after enduring such intense competition? Get ready for a wild ride. Let's eagerly anticipate the thrilling spectacle together.
Dear Summoners, welcome to the Wild Rift League Asia 1! With the new season comes a fresh upgrade to our Spectre UI, designed to provide everyone with a better viewing experience. First thing is about the original UI information at the top bar. We make it into a functioning ring design in the upper left corner. The ring not only includes basic information such as team names, match duration, kills, towers, but also displays the gold difference through the red and blue rings. What is a great game without the competition for map resources? When a team takes down the elemental dragons and gets the buffs, the stunning special effects not only make the acquisition of resources more ceremonious, but the elemental dragon's specific color-coded buff energy blocks will also be intuitively embedded in the corresponding red and blue sides. Whether a team speeds up the match tempo by getting Rift Herald, expanding their lead by killing Baron Nashor, or stealing the Elder Drake for the final victory, the countdown timer special effects and the resource-specific color coding will help summoners watching the game to quickly understand what is going on in the game and capture the critical information. Additionally, we will display the whole in-game map on the top right corner. When the elemental dragons, Rift Herald, or Baron Nashor is about to spawn, the corresponding resources exclusive countdown will appear in the top left corner of the map in real time, providing clearer information on team tactics and map resources. The new UI UI will introduce 4 panel modes: the landing phase mode, pre-team flight mode, team fight mode, and post-team fight mode. A combination of 4 refined panel modes to ensure that the most important real-time data in the game is presented more intuitively and comprehensively than ever before. In the landing phase mode, in addition to the real-time images of the players, champion selections, summoner spells, and champion experience, we will also supplement real-time gold, KDA, and items during the landing phase. Meanwhile, team stats history will also be displayed based on the progress of the game, allowing summoners watching the game to stay informed of the comprehensive information in real time. In pre-team fight mode, we refine and integrate the information on the gold difference between the matchup to help summoners keep track of the player's items builds in real time through the items column. This makes the state of both teams clearer before the team fight. In the highly anticipated team fight mode, we visualize the damage dealt comparison. The real-time dynamic display of champions' avatars can be more intuitively express the damage dealt of each player during the team fight. The closer to the red-blue intersection, the damage is higher. We maximize the screen space for exciting team fights and gameplays. After the fierce team fight, we integrate the damage comparison of each champion to help summoners quickly understand the damage difference between the champions in each matchup during the team fight. Depending on the different game situations, there are more diverse UI combinations waiting for summoners to unlock. Our comprehensive, intuitive, and comfortable UI design aims to provide summoners with a better, more informative, and higher quality viewing experience. The exciting first season of Wild Rift League Asia is waiting for you. Summoners, we'll see you in the Rift.
There's something about games.
What you doing there gives you real chills.
There is one thing that can't be stopped.
Feelings. And if you can feel it,
it must be real, right?
And that's
real magic.
拿下下一个第一。
There to go wild.
要比你们都闪耀。
Team mình chỉ cần bé mèo này thôi là đủ quẩy team bạn rồi.
给点新颜色，小小。
There to go wild.
一起上的打野会吧。历经2个赛季的沉浮，终于是完成了自己的机会。
我说过我会回来的。
任凭浪起。
One team has already said their farewells after dropping in the lower bracket. Kudos to Trace Esports, they put up a good fight and qualified to the final, out to the playoffs. But right now, we are going to be bidding goodbye to one more team as we see Weibo Gaming and Thunder Talk face off once again. We are your casters, Giang and Nautilus, and welcome to the lower bracket.
All I can really say is that I'm so excited for what is to become a
banger of a series. We all know that Thunder Talk is one of those teams that you don't really want to face come playoffs, because during the regular season, their progression has been so top-notch. However, on the other side, we're talking about Weibo Gaming, the most experienced team in the playoffs, at least in this particular matchup. And as we remember, last season, they were number 2 to KBG. So it is really going to be a very interesting matchup as we look into the bracket of the playoffs.
Yeah, we have seen JDG as well win against Race Esports just 2 days ago. And yesterday we had a very, very exciting match in the APAC side. We are going to be very, very excited for this matchup right now. This Weibo Gaming, before they landed a victory, 2-0 win against Thunder Talk during their prime as well. But like what you mentioned, Thunder Talk has been gathering information, constantly improving and evolving as the regular season progressed. So right now, I think this is their best form right now to challenge them once again, have a grudge match, and potentially like NGX on Buridam United Esports yesterday, maybe get their final revenge win against them.
Yeah, and this is really a long series, Diang, because if I'm if I'm going to prophesy or predict as to what the outcome will be, I think we're in for a long series, the full 7 games, because this is just an evenly matched lineup or series. We look into the lineup of WBG. We have Sika or Beijing Sika in the top lane, Fan and Faye will be tag teaming in the mid lane and the jungle. Of course, we have Chi, and of my pick as the number 1 support in WRL Asia, Wake Up.
Oh yeah, this guy is a genius in terms of setting up, and the whole roster as well is relatively aggressive. Actually, one of the most aggressive players that we have seen on the CN Confidence side. But Thunder Talk, this is a team that can equate to those aggressive play style as well. Z is known to be one of the really, really talented mid laners that loves the Akali, loves the Zed as well. Very, very similar to how Faye operates. And this squad, I think, is very balanced in a way that right now in this current patch can actually stand a really good chance against Weibo Gaming, because the last time they met, they actually were surprised with the playstyle of Weibo Gaming, having the medic squad and also this, the virus of Chi is just so deadly.
That's one matchup that's one composition that we will closely look at. We look into the champion pool here by Thunder Talk. Again, this is more diverse, specifically looking at the mid lane, because this guy, Z, as you said, is one of the best mid laners that we have. He was originally the mid laner to look out for, right? Back in Horizon Cup, he was definitely a head turner. And up until now, he has proven that you can play if you focus your resources on the mid lane.
That's why we see a lot of focus right now on mid lane, right? There's a lot of champions that can be used right now, especially even in patch 4.1, right? The Zeri has been highly popular, and right now it's more popular aside from the Corki. But these players in the mid lane as well will be looking towards other champions that normally is their preference. Akali has been banned away a lot of times. Weibo Gaming loves that champion as well. On the Zed, the Jace has been highly popular on both players too. But I'm going to be a little bit concerned. I mean, both of us are a little bit concerned on Weibo Gaming side, especially in the Baron lane, right? Most of the time we see that lane struggling. I think that's their weakest point as of the moment. Hopefully, they're going to be able to patch that up, because Thunder Talk has a very, very aggressive Baron laner.
Yeah, for sure. Like, ever since I saw a matchup in where Sika was supposed to win and ending up losing, everything went downhill from that point on, right? Like, I was waiting for Sika to find his groove once again, but it was really apparent that in the losses that WBG suffered, he was really one of the reasons why. And we look into the record of WBG. The first 9 games of WBG, they had a record of 7 wins and 2 losses, but ending their last 6 games on a 2-4 record, or 2 wins and 4 losses, really, gives you the whole story of what WBG's regular season has become. It's like a roller coaster, but not on a positive side. We look into the stats here. Yeah, you would see that WBG still has a very good number, like blue side win rate 15 out of 21, 6 out of 12, 50% on red side. But again, the more important stats to me is how WBG really fared in the last 6 matches.
Yeah, because it's more of struggling to adapt and having a strong finish rather than being able to adapt, just like the likes of Thunder Talk, which actually had interesting games. Even if they lost their match the series against J Team, they actually put up a really, really good fight. They took down Trace Esports as well in a reverse sweep. And interestingly so, we have seen them really prioritize Dragons. And now, speaking of Dragons, we're going to be seeing Chi normally as one of the most aggressive and dominating Dragon laners in the CN side, but Soil actually can keep it up.
Oh, of course. Like, Soil, ladies and gentlemen, to me, has been the prized acquisition of the season, right? We have to remember that he was added mid-season, and I have an interesting stat for everyone. Before acquiring Soil, Thunder Talk had 2 wins to 4 losses. It was a very bad record. But after acquiring Soil, their win rate skyrocketed to 7 wins to 2 losses. Really just goes to show the impact of this person. But let's head over to our host for the introduction of the players.
韩图图出来，来站第一排，快来站第一排。希望你们今天别让我上场，要不然指定有你们好果子吃的。
今天不说垃圾话，把你们当垃圾的。
Wait,
Zihan going to be playing? Maybe that's their patch on the problem that they had
with Zika?
In Zika.
Did they just recognize the fact that Zika was really losing his lane, even those winnable matchups? Because if this is their fix to that very big glaring weakness that we have seen so far in Zika's performance, then I welcome it. I will allow it, Giang.
I think it's a necessary adjustment right now for WBG Gaming too. Because this is so crucial. Every single game is a do or die. They have to win 4 consecutive matches just to qualify for the finals. And Thunderdog, they do have the same standing, but right now I think this is going to be more on their side in terms of momentum. Right now they have cracked the code on some of the teams. They are very ready. They have adjusted a lot. In terms of the champion pool, they have a vast amount of champions that they can actually use compared to WBG Gaming.
And speaking of champion pool, right? Like both these teams really loves their Shen because there is like a focal point, a specific lane that whenever they have a very good performance on that particular lane, turns out the win rate of that particular team will skyrocket. And I'm talking about the mid lane, right? Like the mid laners, they're very good assassin players, and not just that, right? We also know that outside of them being capable in playing the assassins in this current patch, we also have to remember that the marksmen are kings in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're the kings right now. But I think we're still going to be seeing a lot of respect towards the mid lane champions. By Faye and Z, Akali, Zed, most of the time are taken away. Z in particularly, though, is also interested in picking up champions like Gwen, so maybe that can be his pocket pick later on, depending on how the series goes against WBG Gaming. Definitely, we will be expecting Corki and Jin other side of WBG Gaming. I think that's just one of the champions that they actually did try during their last match against KBG. It didn't work, but I think it can have a better performance right now against Thundertalk.
Even the Varus is so deadly. I was so vocal in saying that she is the best Varus player in the world, not just in CN, not just in APAC. I dare say it. I dare say it. He is the best Varus player in the world right now. But this is a matchup in where, it really needs to be emphasized that if WBG will be losing on the top side of the map, specifically Zika, because I just saw that during the catwalk, it was Beijing Zika that would still play, not Zihan. Zihan was there for trash talk purposes, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, but Zika, again, he is a veteran and he should be stable, especially come playoffs time. The only concern I do have for Thunder Talk, regardless of their record during the regular season, is that experience-wise, WBG does have the better end, especially, come playoff time. WBG, as we all know, last season, WRL Season 2, they were the finalists. So they faced against Eat Best Gaming. So they've been in this situation. Meanwhile, Thunder Talk, it's their first time in the playoffs.
And right now, I think it's a time for Weibo Gaming to channel every bit of experience that they had, every detriment that they've come across, every challenge to right now solve every single one of them. It's like there's still going to be a ban on AZIGS. This is surprising. Most of the time, we do see Akali being taken away, Jax as well, Gragas being banned away on the red side most of the time. But so far, it is being left out open. Maybe Weibo Gaming would want to pick either the Gragas or maybe leave the Akali open so that Faye can actually take it.
They are banning a lot of Dragon Laners right now. We all know that Ziggs does get played in the Dragon Lane, also the Ashe, Varus even. So that's 3 of the 6 bans focused on the marksman. I wonder if WBG is prepping themselves to go for the ultimate funnel composition because Shen is open. If Shen is open, we all know that WBG loves to first pick the champion.
And have like the medic squad as well. Gragas gonna be hovered though. I think this is a champion that has been highly prioritized ever since patch 4.2 introduction. We have seen Kate Roser White try it out against NAS Esports and surprise them as well. And a lot of surprises.
Let me correct you, Kiang. Since patch 1.0, this champion has always been a steady force in competitive because of its flexibility, right? Like, well, when it comes to first pick priority, though, you're right, patch 4.2. But we have seen Gragas over and over again because why not? This is a high skill cap champion. This champion will perform to its full potential if you kind of know how to really maximize your combo and if you really know how to engage/disengage. And we're talking about the best players in the world right now.
And actually, this can be a good answer towards the usual threat that Z poses in the mid lane with the Akali, with the Zed as well, because Gragas can just easily defeat both of them at the same time. Kha'Zix being locked down seems to be an aggressive approach right now, invested on Weibo Gaming side. I love it. I want to see more of these champions being picked up. Looks like Radiant Sika is gonna go with the Fiora once again.
And this is again what we would be microscoping from game number 1 up until the end of the series, because again, Sika, a heavy investment to put him on a champion that can win lane and would ultimately win you the game if you ever go ahead. That's the Fiora, right? However, if WBG loses on the top side of the map, then your game plan really crumbles because pressure will be on the other side. Thunder Talk, SMY is no stranger with a Rakan pickup. If ever that Alistar gets a band away, Rakan to me is his second best champion. And we're looking into the draft overall. WBG's very much saying that, hey, you know what, Sika would be winning on the top lane regardless of what you do, Thunder Talk.
Yeah, and this Rakan pick of SMY is one of those that can be highlighted a lot because it allowed them to actually win a game against J-Team during their match on day number 45. They had the Jace as well, but it was XBuy that actually used that. So in terms of flexibility, there's a lot of adjustments that Thunder Talk can still do, and Weibo Gaming, they are trying to take away some of those matchups that can be bad here for Weibo Gaming. Particularly Fiora, Riven has been, one of those irritating matchups. They don't want that.
Renekton, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, they have to ban the Renekton because the Fiora is definitely going to lose lane against the Renekton. Garen is a very stable pick on the top lane. So what we are witnessing right now on the side of Thunder Talk is that they're going to focus their resources on both Z and Soil, and that makes absolute sense, right? Like, we all know that Soil and Z can really pack a punch, especially knowing that this Jace can still be flexed onto the jungle. There still is a potential for an assassin to come up for Thunder Talk, but Weibo Gaming is going for an AT carry in the bot lane. Do they? Will they? We're going to look. Okay, so they have decided to not really pursue with the locks, but rather go for the Lucian.
Maybe still go with the Lux if you want to go extra aggressive. This is Weibo Gaming. Chi loves this. Wake Up loves this as well. They have the Gragas. I'm going to be very, very excited about this. Looks like it is going to be the Jace into the mid lane to have the Shins out in the jungle. I want to pick your brain on this, Autolus. Which draft do you love more?
One thing I'm really concerned of for the drafting of WBG is like that last pick, Xin Zhao, is a very good pick against the Lucian and against the Lux, just because of the Crescent Sweep. So if we look into the totality of everything for Thundertalk, the balanced composition, the ability to engage, and plus layer their crowd control with ultimate damage coming from the pokes of Z and Soil, I feel that Thundertalk has an easier draft to execute and will ultimately win game number 1.
It's very synergized with the current patch as well, right? In patch 4.2, especially with Gorky here for Soil. Looks like Weibo Gaming's not done with patch 4.1 as well. Still having Delusion in the mid lane, Lux as their dragon laner. Chi loves those bursts and remain aggressive. But what I love about this is Wake Up does have his signature Gragas pick.
Yeah, but we are talking about SMY's Rakan, and it's kind of a... If it's a two-way race between them, I would say it's an equal race. You know, it really depends as to how the match flow would progress. But I have to remind everyone that there was one game in where SMY, with the Demolish on the Rakan, was able to get like 2 plates on each lane in the early game. So that's just crazy to think about. That just goes to show that SMY on Thundertalk is so much ready to play the Rakan, even come playoffs time.
And Thundertalk really loves scaling as well, right? We have seen in the stats as well, they have like 60+% first dragon priority. Meanwhile, Weibo Gaming does love their Herald to get the tower to try and accelerate the game from the early phases. Shin, I think it's going to be fine here despite the Fiora matchup. He just needs to be extra careful. He's taking a bit of damage. That is a Vital right in front of you, buddy. You have to back away. There is a flash. Goes under the tower.
It's 1 for 1.
Gonna trade his life.
And the worst part is that the wave is pushing towards the side of the Garen, which means that Sika would ultimately lose gold and XP at the time that he gets back. Yeah, you get an extra gold by securing First Blood, but ultimately I really favor that trade for the Garen, especially knowing that Fiora without a flash is a very vulnerable target.
Because it could have been, he could have just allowed Shin to actually back away, right, and try to crash the wave onto the tower and just, or maybe just freeze the wave from there. But went a little bit too greedy. SMY just gonna be poking out Faye, but it's not really something that they have to be worried about. Wake Up is just wanting to protect Faye as much as possible because this Rakan can easily go in.
If anything, I kind of want this start for Sika because it just goes to show that he is playing aggressively. But you look at this matchup now, and this is like the concern that I do have every single time WBG plays. Last second repose, doesn't matter. Thundertalk is well in the lead on the top side of the map.
No! Basically, what is happening, we have anticipated this. We wanted to see him redeem himself, but right now, it's not looking right like that. Shin is basically getting the upper hand as a Garen against a Fiora. So just gonna be able to back away. Fortunately, was able to dodge that. Like binding, SMY finally is here. Thundertalk slowly but surely getting a better grip here in this game. Wow,
what a graphic. 100% win rate, and more importantly, you look at the KDA, that's 6.5 of kill death assist ratio for Mr. SMY. SMY really has elevated himself to be a must-watch support for Thundertalk. I know that we have to talk about Z and Soil, but to me, SMY really makes sure that this combination of Soil and Z work wonders.
They make the team shine even better and make the best possible initiation plays to lay it out for their teammates. And I think that just makes it both of these teams really formidable. Right now, still, same struggle by Sika. Even if the Vitals are right in front of him, cannot actually take it. Wake Up just going to be body slamming away to try and interrupt the engage. But now, X-By is here. Wake Up might actually get taken down. He's dead. Faye is going to be left alone. Thundertalk gets 1 kill.
Them recognizing that the support was just level 4 was the go signal, right? Yesterday, we saw an all-in by Hyde onto a level 4 support. And it's kind of the same idea, right? Whenever you have that advantage, level 5 to a level 4, you kind of want to make sure that you get to use your ultimate to at least try to get that kill, because by the time that the objective really starts, and speaking of by the time of the objective really starts, looks like the demise of WBG on the top side has started.
This is a sad game right now for Weibo Gaming. She tried to help out, and now he is going to be in trouble. Fan tries to help, does deal a lot of damage here onto SMY. Going to be flashing away, but Fan flashes in to try and execute the Rakan. He'll be able to do so in the very end, and saves Chi at the very least. That's 2 kills here for Fan.
The skill shot accuracy of Chi has always been so good, and to me WBG has been always about Chi finding those timely kills, with Fan being there to really end everything for WBG. But still, we have to look into the matchup on the top lane and just feel sad about what is happening right now. You look at the grand challenge being invested here by Sika. It's against a level 6 Garen. Everyone in the Baron lane should know that this is not going to work well into your favor. One level gap to me is already equivalent of 1 component item. So let it be a lesson for everyone. If you are under leveled, do not engage.
Yeah, under level, the gold in terms of the gap in terms of gold as well is starting to balloon here on the Baron lane side. Thunderdog basically winning despite their casualties on the bot side. Right now, XY gonna be starting this dragon up. Fan is just lingering in the area, but I think it's gonna be okay here for Thunderdog. They have cleared the wave in the bot lane. Z and SMY are here. Want to interrupt. XY engages. They want to deal damage, but actually gets body slam away. So it's going to be joining them. Wake Up needs to actually disengage. Doesn't have any mana anymore as the package gets used. SMY almost gets blown up. Still going to get taken down and trade for the dragon.
Yeah, she has been just so deadly with this Locks pickup. That's a good consolation prize, but if we talk about, or if we look at the current situation, that still is Thunder Talk winning in my eyes, because that's, the scaling dragon to their side. And on the top side, if you are able to really win your lane this hard, wait, is that another solo kill? No way, right? Like, I think that's a, Alright, we're going to... Yeah, well, Shin is so healthy and he's just going to do this thing over and over again. Now Sika is definitely feeling the pressure as this Garen. And if you are Sika, this is already a lost lane. This is already a dead lane. You cannot do anything now. All you can really hope is that Shin overextends and the jungler will be there to help you out, because just now it was just 1 level gap, but now it's already 2 level gap. 2 levels gap here, Giyang. So this is already over for Sika.
Yeah, the only thing that Sika can actually do is wait and be patient, try to just split push a little bit. And now in the mid lane, Dragon's going to be falling down. That's so sad here for Wake Up. Drop Blast hitting Fan as well will force him back.
Yeah.
Thunder Talk slowly but surely putting them even in a bigger pressure right now.
Yeah, and just a few more seconds before the tower plate expires. And I mean, if you're the Fiora, you should be targeting those tower plates, not the other way around. If you look at the tower plates on the top side, none to be had for Sika. Meanwhile, Shin has just enjoyed like 300 extra gold for himself, plus getting that kill in the mid lane. Oh man, this Gary is going to be a problematic.
A big problem here for Weibo Gaming, as well as when he actually is involved in team fight, right? Because he has a lot of gold. So able to disengage, dodge that light binding. So the final sparks is going to be okay here. 2,000 gold lead, and Thunder Talk, since we know that they love scaling, and Weibo Gaming normally wins games when they have a big lead at the very start. It's basically Thunder Talk right now that's winning.
Oh, absolutely. Like, even the trade of the Red Herald to the Dragon. Well, wait, there's a 4-man dive, but you cannot really dive against the Shinjao, right? With the Crescent Sweep available, he can really just turn things around for you. And now you look at the top side, it's a free lane for the Garen to just push over, and that could be the first tower on the top side. But immediately, WBG has recognized that they can take down the tower in where the Rift Arrow was able to do majority of the damage. Was at least able to get the first tower of the game.
Tower in the mid lane is very important. I think it's not going to be shaking Thunder Talk that much, especially that the goal is to just scale. They have a lane winning already. I don't think Basica can win this, win
not
against
anymore.
Shin at any point in the game. Due to
You know
the
what
fact
he
that he's
needs?
so fed.
What he needs is
What?
an Elder Dragon buff, right? Because looking at the itemization of the Garen, he also now has one of the best counter items to the Fiora, which is the Bramble Vest. Because basically Fiora really can win the 1v1 matchups whenever he can out-sustain his opponent. But the Bramble Vest is going to deny just that.
Oh, easy gank here into the bottom lane. Faye gonna be flashing away. So it's fine.
Okay.
Wake Up's gonna be here as well, but needs to be
Alright.
extra careful. Final Spark not hitting anyone means
Yeah.
that is again a key ultimate on cooldown here for the Dragon Lane of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, but that's just a few seconds anyway. I mean, that's also another concern I do have for the lineup of WBG, right? Like later on, this Garen would be that meat shield against the Lux. Normally, you kind of want to position in a way that you will be able to hit priority targets if you're the Lux. But how are you able to do that if there's like a very beefy frontline Dimension going into your face? And this is just going to be so sad. Wait, I have a question for you. Are they brothers and sisters? They are, right? Like, yeah, Garen and Lux. How much? I don't know.
I know that
they're both
like,
Dimensions.
comrades. Yeah, they're like really long-term comrades. But I'm not sure if they're siblings.
But whatever is their blood relation, it doesn't matter because it does look like the Garen is not having any of the Lux's sorcery right now. I mean, you look at Shin, he's just playing tank.
Oh no, Wake Up gonna be in trouble. He's dead. Thunder Talk just gonna be having easy time accessing the backline. They have to give this dragon away. They also use the culling. I think Final Fight is not gonna be enough. They dive on the cheat. Oh no, he's gonna be in trouble as well.
Boom.
That's a burst from Soil. And another player dead on the side of Weibo Gaming. Fan can maybe try to steal this out, but it will be at the cost of his life if ever. He has to give this away.
Well, you would actually want to try and test to steal this. Yeah, because that's the better play, right? At that point, if Thunder Talk does end up getting that Mountain Dragon for free, plus getting 2 kills, it will just be disastrous to the chances of WBG because at this point, Thunder Talk can just poise to go for the triple threat, the trifecta of the 3 dragons win condition that we all know is so good to the win rate of whoever gets it. But look into this particular replay, and we all know that Shin was able to cover 2 people, and if you are a cheater, you just have no business doing this, right? And this is like the problem that I do have with this Lux pickup. If ever that the Lux goes behind, he can just easily get assassinated really fast, and SMY again just doing wonders on this recon pickup. Quick to his feet, was able to cancel out Kha'Zix, and at that point, like, you know, even though it seems like this is still a very close game in terms of pool, like just 4K, just 5K, to me this is really Thunder Talk just saying that, hey, you know what, WBG, you have to think about the next game, because I just don't think, you know, at this point this is losable for Thunder Talk.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of stats that they have right now is insane. This is my favorite dragon stacks, actually. The Ocean Dragon and the Mountain Dragon. Just those two alone. It's
double
basically the insane sustain and durability, right? And if we look at the lineup of Weibo Gaming, they rely on burst, but how can you do that when Thunder Talk is just beefed up?
Actually, to me, this is... Well, Ocean Dragon is not really my favorite dragon. In fact, you know, of all the 4 dragons, I hate Ocean Dragon the most because it's just like Garen passive. That's it. Like, you have to be out of combat for it to really do something.
Yep. SMY might actually be in trouble, but still able to stay in situation. This time is having the best impact in the fight. Wake Up dies. That is so sad. Thunder Talk gets 1 kill, and now they're establishing control in the top side river.
Oh, this is going to be very fast, right? Like, the amount of gold lead that Thunder Talk does have right now, amount of damage as well, but they're not going to be ultra greedy and just wants to play it methodically. Dissuading fans attempt to even sniff this Baron.
Yeah, and SMY is doing a heck of a job actually just preventing anyone from getting vision here inside the pit. Basica is here, but it's gonna be stopped here by Z. Fan wants to try and steal up, but it's being prevented and killed at the very end. As Thunder Talk gets the Baron. Basica gonna be the next target. Nothing that Weibo Gaming to do. They tried to interrupt, but they did not succeed.
And in game number 1, it's as clear as a day, Giyang. Thunder Talk is really just a better team. At least for game 1, right? Like, things can still change. And if there is one thing that needs to get changed to the side of WBG, that's the top side of the map.
Top side.
Even before the series started, we have been so vocal in saying that WBG's Beijing Zika has to step up. Because every single time that he loses his lane, it just makes this game a lot harder for his squad, for his team. And this is still a Wild Rift game cannot be won with one lane really being that gapped. And that was a total definition of gap, right? He was just diffed in the top lane.
Absolutely. We did not feel any presence of Beijing Zika except for the goal that he handed over to Shin. Even during that Baron fight, he did not do anything. They were basically ignoring him. And right now, Shin is very happy to kill the Kazakhs while in the presence of Beijing Zika. And he knows that he cannot do anything. Now SNY joins. They got 2 kills.
Yeah, and I think this is, at 7-1 and 3, this is close to a legendary performance from Shin, because we have to remember, this is indeed a legendary performance by him, because that was a return kill that he was able to do come level 1, right? That's the only death by Shin in this game. If you are WBG, what do you do come game number 2? Well, I guess it's time to reverse the situation, right? I think it's time to really say that I think we have to play the weak side for Beijing Zika, because if we give him the priority, we give him the winning matchup, it's not really going to surmount into anything.
And right now, it's just one-sided beatdown by Thunder Talk. 12,000, 13,000 gold lead, 3 dragon stacks. They're just waiting for the next Baron so that they can finally close this game. And I don't think that they even need that right now, given the amount of lead that they have. 2 people cannot kill Shin, and that involves a Fiora.
I mean, that's 3,
how
actually.
Insane it is.
Even if you send 3 people to try to kill him down, just as long as... Because like, the only threat that they have against the Garen is the Lucian, right? But Lucian is also that far behind right now to the competition. And so I just think this is like one of those situations in where the Garen, even if he dies, all your team or all your members will also die in exchange. Oh, wake up with a play.
Desperation play. And not much impact, actually. SMY is still able to snip them out, but it is actually gonna get taken down. Able to flash away as Span chase him out, but they lost a lot of members already. Sword dropped here, and Beijing Zika still able to stay alive, but Shin is spinning to winning on Faye and isn't feeling any of the bullets that Faye tries to gun him down. And the rest of the members Thunder Talk, they just want to finish the game. They're done with game 1.
Yeah, this is like as we predicted. If the top side ever goes over to Thunder Talk, WBG won't even be able to sniff a close game at all. Man, Thunder Talk, as I was saying, I was trying to say that WBG has the experience advantage, but in game number 1, Thunder Talk did not show any jitters at all.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, top lane is secured already from the very start, so SMY, he only needed to win to help mid lane, in which he did, and neutralize that lane as well, because Soil is basically having the best of his time as well in the jungle lane, and every single lane has won. Nothing that WBG Gaming can do.
Yeah, and plus the fact that by being able to win that lane on the top side, it kind of mitigates the value of the Rift Herald, because Rift Herald often gets summoned where on the top lane, but how can you summon it on the top lane if your top laner is losing? Not just losing, but losing extremely hard against the Garen.
Beaten down.
I have to be honest with you, right? Like, my default bans on my ranked games has been Aatrox. If not Aatrox, is the Garen, because the Garen can do this to you, can make you feel like you do not have enough talent to play the game. It's just so easy to execute, and by winning that 1v1 on the top side, it just made things a lot easier for Thunder Talk.
This is just insane. It's also Shin that has
with the most damage for sure, right? Like,
of all the damage he dealt to Beijing Zika and Fan and Wake Up that tried to help him,
And we were highlighting that Z and Soil has always been the Gary duo for Thunder Talk. Never mind them. It's the Shincho on the top side. A forward percentage of 43% to the 18% just narrates the entirety of the story, right? Forward percentage to those new viewers that we have there. It's the amount of time that you are pushing. And the Garen was not contested at all, right? 43% of the time he was pushing. Man.
And also influencing a lot in the fights that they had against Weibo Gaming, because Beijika simply had no damage. He wasn't really prioritized. As long as they get a kill onto Faye, onto Chi, they're gonna be fine, because the Fiora doesn't deal any much. They can just kill him at the very end. We saw Fan try to be desperate at times to get something, maybe an objective or a kill, but with that state of the game, they couldn't do anything. Hopefully they will be able to patch that up. I'm not sure if a substitution would be required, but either way, Baron lane has to be more stable. If it requires Beijika to pick something like a Garen, okay, or a different champion, okay, as long as he's stable, I think Weibo Gaming will have a chance.
Every single one that has played the game for countless of hours know how hard it is to win a game if one of the lane really loses that hard, right? The balance of the game. We have to remember that Wild Rift is a game of balance, game of tempo, and if you lose your lane that hard, that just makes the balance or the equilibrium of the game so hard to fix. You have to also win hard on the other side of the map, right? But you're not going to be able to do that with the Locks. Not to mention that Locks is just known for the early game, right? Like if your early game won't really be that much accelerated, she won't be able to do a thing against the beefy members of Thunder Talk. And we were right on that one, right? Even though he was ahead by a bit, he can't do anything against the Garen. Like, the Garen will just stand there and will absorb all the light bindings that he can and eat it for breakfast.
Tough choice right now for Weibo Gaming, definitely. They have a lot to do, a lot to prepare, a lot to adjust for game number 2. It's not like any other game that we have seen on the playoffs. This one is an incredible one-sided beatdown that Thunder Talk has demonstrated about a Weibo game. To think that they have a better spot or better performance overall, at least in the total of the regular season. They have a one spot here against Thunder Talk, but right now, the constant adaptation and improvement of Thunder Talk is really showing here in this playoff, the best possible time that they can demonstrate it, and Weibo Gaming is starting to crumble.
Yeah, for sure. For me, the quick fix is for Sika just to step up, right? Like, regardless of what champion you give him, it has something to do with the mental state as well. But I cannot wait for game number 2 because, again, Guillaume, on the top lane, it's just a battle of who will be able to win the confidence game. He was confident, too confident, overconfident in winning against the Garen matchup, and it kind of bit him in the end. So yeah, let's wait and see if game number 2 will have some adjustments.
We are just gonna be stepping into a short break. We'll be back for game number 2.
After 2 months of intense competition, the WRL A1 regular stage concluded splendidly, with 8 teams from WRLCN and 4 teams from WRL APAC emerging as the standout performance among the rest. KBG secured the top position in WRLCN with an impressive winner stick, closely followed by JT. In WRL APAC, Seoul KTRY showcased remarkable dominance, while Bariram ERU also displayed commendable performance. For those summoners who crave more action, the playoffs will commence on June 21st, where the 12 victorious teams will continue battling for the prestigious title of WRL A1 champion. The playoffs in both WRLCN and WRL APAC will follow a BO7 double elimination tournament, allowing only 2 teams from each conference to progress to the finals. The first place team from the regular stage in WRLCN, Team KBG, will go head-to-head against Team Nova, while the remaining team, JT, will directly versus EDG. The 2 victorious teams will then compete for the first spot in the WRLCN finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, The 5th place JDG team will select TE as their first round opponent, while the remaining team WBG will confront TT. The winner of the first round in the losers bracket will then face the opponent determined by the first place team in the regular stage, and the final winner will earn a spot in the finals. Additionally, the 4 teams from WRL APAC that advances to the playoffs will also engage in the double elimination tournament, where 2 winners will be chosen to proceed to the finals. The finals will unfold over 3 thrilling days, promising an unmatched level of excitement. On the first day, the 4 teams will engage in a BO1 single round robin, and the team that finishes with the top ranked will secure the first ticket to the grand finals. The remaining 3 teams will then face off in a single elimination bracket on the second day, vying for the chance to compete against the top ranked team. Finally, on the third day, the 2 winning teams will enter a gripping BO7 Ultimate Showdown to determine.
Alright, let's see what adjustment Weibo Gaming is going to be having for this game, because they definitely need everything right now. The patch here for the Baron lane, because Beijing did have a big suffering against Shin. We're still casters, Gyang and Autolus. We're very excited for Game 2.
Yeah, again, we have to look into the adjustments that WBG has to make. Experience-wise, again, we did say that WBG, they're coming off a very good tournament. Just prior to this, always has been the finalist, second only to Keep Best Gaming, but Thunder Talk, that team, this dark horse, is proving to be a very difficult opponent for them.
Yeah, and I think I just love the storyline of Thunder Talk as well. They had a lot of struggles during the initial part of the regular season. Right now, we're seeing them as one of the strongest teams as well here in the top 8. Now, giving Weibo Gaming a beatdown in game number 1. Same sides for both of them. Let's see what's the adjustment for Weibo Gaming.
For sure. And you know what? We have to remind the viewers as well that JD Gaming or JDG was given the opportunity to choose as to who will be their first round matchup. And guess what? They avoided Thunder Talk. They chose Trace Esports. And for a good reason, right? Like, Thunder Talk, to me, is a lower bracket team, or lower bracket team in disguise. They really, at least in the last 9 games that they have played, they really have proven that they are the better team. But let's get over to game number 2 draft, and we are now seeing almost the same bands for WBG and Thunder Talk, but immediately WBG prioritizes the Jace this time.
And Thunder Talk will get a chance to pick up the Gragas this time around. No longer is the Rakan prioritized, but the same playmaking potential is very potent here for SMY. Oh no.
WBG and okay, this is them instilling full confidence that Sika would be able to reverse his fortune and would be able to win. Yeah, you have to highlight him, like right now in a player account, because if WBG won't be able to correct what happened on the top side of the map, expect a 0 to a clear 1 in game 2, right? Like, I just don't get it, right? Like, if I mean, there is a Renekton, and Renekton is a safer pick overall. Riven also by Sika, to me, is, kind of a very good option as well. But WBG is just saying, hey, you know what? If we won't be able to win our lane on the top side, might as well give this matchup to the other side. Is it them recognizing that Faye and Cheat is not really going to stand a chance against Z and Soil? It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's confusing me as well right now. I think right now we're seeing more focus on Baron lane and support as well. I like that Thunder Talk is really comfortable having the Corki, and I like that they can actually switch it up, put it into the mid lane, maybe have a Jhin picked up here for Soil as well, because he can adjust accordingly. Right now they're removing a lot of crowd control champions.
Yeah, the fact that the Aatrox just got ignored by both sides is also a surprise, right? But it is also a revelation as to what the patch is really about in patch 4.2. Another champion that I believe has really just gotten his popularity reduced to close to irrelevant is the Shen pickup. We all know that WBG, if on the blue side, would not hesitate to go for the Shen, but it does look like the WBG is not going to prioritize that champion. And speaking of the devil, speaking of the Shen, Thunder Talk would be the one to lock it down.
I think this is still early to pick up because the Fiora can actually be in the jungle for Fan. He has relatively good experience with that, and just pick the Renekton here for Beijing Sika.
Wait, so are they saying that Fiora in the jungle is their way to go? I don't think it's effective in the current state of the meta, because Fiora and Renekton are very kiteable. I have to be precise in saying that, right? Like, those two champions won't be able to lift a finger against poke champions, against AD carries. And there you go. This is, again, a checkmate by Thunder Talk. Now, they have Jin, as you did say, Jin can still get last pick here. The red side value for Thunder Talk has just been tremendous. Their drafting has been so pure. And to me, right, with the rule that we do have in playoffs, where the loser of the match or loser of the previous game gets side selection, it still baffles me as to why WBG prefers the blue side.
Wait. We're saying, how did the Corki go? Okay. a little bit confused a little bit here. Hey, Starlight now is a Renekton. I think it's still. I think the goal here of Weibo Gaming is to have the Fiora, have Fan be the main carry. Regardless of what happens to Beijing Sika, his goal is to just remove the shield whoever X-By attaches to. When Fan is just going to be on fire, Chi as well going to be helping him up, buffing him up, speeding him up, while Wake Up makes the plays, trying to prevent anyone from escaping.
Yeah, again, it's just the ability of the marksman to be able to kite, right? The front to back. And for those that just tuned in, front to back is what we call the composition, where you just try to deal damage to the front line while going back, right? Like you're trying to kite your opponent. And Renekton is one of those few champions, plus the Fiora, that is kind of kiteable, right? They do have dashes for sure, but if you are able to avoid the first slice, if there won't be any dice for the Renekton, he's a gunner.
And they have a lot of crowd control as well. Good suppression too, or to cancel the combinations of Beijing Sika. Again, it's a Garen. Okay. Fortunately, was able to step out of that grand entrance of Wake Up. I want to see how Beijing Sika operates this time.
Okay, so this matchup between the Renekton and the Garen, yes, this is level 1 favor to the Garen for sure. Because all you have to do as a Garen is to stack up your Grasp of the Undying, and every single time that it's up, you use your first skill right away, right? So Renekton would be able to at least have an easier time come level 3 once he has all 3 skills, and will be able to threaten the combo against the Garen. But if the Garen uses his second skill very timely, then he can mitigate a lot of damage. And that to me is the reason why, Garen is a very good matchup against the Renekton. It's always a lane that I really hate playing against, because it's just so easy to use the Garen. Meanwhile, the Renekton, you kind of have to think about, okay, do I go in? Do I not go? I don't know. This is there is really that big hate in me against the Garen right now.
I mean, being a specialist as well, right? It really hits you. You know more about this matchup than anyone else. This is 3 times in the game solo kill. Even killed Fan a while ago as he tried to help him in game number 1. This time, doing a really good job.
Yeah, well, what Sika did there was to wait for the second skill of Shin to expire before he landed his combo, and that just goes to show that Sika does know the chops on how to play the Renekton. Plus, using that Ignite just makes sure that Sika would have the pressure on and can threaten this all in. And all that needs to be done here by Thunder Talk is just to be careful. And so they kind of have to help Shin in the process here, right? Like, they have to bump the wave. They won't be able to, because Wake Up is there and Sika is there as well. The Ignite by what was there an Ignite by Wake Up? No, he just threatened to make sure to delay the tempo, and this is what you need to do if you're WBG. Just help the Renekton, because the sooner that he gets his item, the better his chances are against the Garen.
Yeah, and in this way, since SMY is not in the mid lane, Faye can just have a better time as well, not be this pressured. It's like whenever SMY is here, because Z will easily be able to deal damage onto him with the help of SMY. The Bejnika this time has a big responsibility to continue doing what he initially did.
Yep, at least now it's a better performance to be expected on the top side. But it does not really equate into an auto win for WBG. Yeah, he was able to do, or they were able to do one half of the job that needs to be corrected on the top side. But the problem still persists come the 5v5, right? If Fan and Sika won't be able to reach the backline, the Corki, the Jin, how are you able to win this matchup?
Especially that every second you try to chase them, they're gonna be dealing nukes of damage onto you. Jin is just one of those champions that can easily burst down a lot of these squishy targets as well. There's no tank on the side of Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, there's a pseudo tank, that's the Rakan, but that's not as tanky as the Gragas, as the Braum, as the Alistar. Shin
might actually be in trouble here. Tries to back away. They do have the stand United if ever it's needed.
Yeah.
Calls it off. I'm okay. Actually, let's try to go here with the stand United. Flashes in. Goes with a taunt onto Wake Up. SMY also here. They secure the kill. Bejisika goes back. A little bit questionable as he just burned his flash.
Okay, so I was trying to understand the delayed response or delayed stand United. Oh, good cancel. That's it.
Yeah, gets his second kill. Shin might actually get traded out by Fan, but it's okay. ThunderTalk has won the trade. Got a couple of damage into the tower. Now Fan might actually be in trouble as SMY body slams. XY just waiting for that last auto attack. Flashes in, and they get a better trade.
SMY smurfed on the top side, just using the body slam to cancel out the slice and dice animation. And did I just say that if you are able to cancel the first slice, Renekton just dies in the process? We're looking to that replay. Oh, okay. So this is a different replay. Is there a solo kill on the bot lane? We did not see this, but it does look like that this is going to be.
Okay.
If you are a solid, he was able to dodge, but he cannot dodge two things at the same time. But that still is a heavy investment. The flash has been burnt by Faye. They do not know that though, because he flashed off vision. So that is a big win, at least on the bot side for WBG.
A good investment actually, because if it's just Chi, maybe that kill wouldn't have happened. Faye being there is a lot of time him actually traveling there as well. Maybe has lost a wave into the mid lane, but it's okay as long as they do get the kill. Good body slap, but SMI might actually be in trouble. There's a lot of suppression into the Transcendent Embrace. ThunderTalk lost one.
Yeah, the layering of crowd control by Wake Up did not get respected by SMY. So as much as we want to give credit for SMY's stellar performance on the top side, that is definitely a blunder, right? Like now WBG gets their hands on the dragon and looks like that there was a solo kill. But that's a kill that you would accept if you're Sika, because the Red Herald is still available for WBG to contest here. And if WBG gets their hands on two objectives at 5 minutes, chances are that WBG would win the early game.
Yeah, that's a worthy trade, I would say. Critical going to be used here onto Wake Up. That's a bit of damage. Good double knock up here onto SMY and XBY, forcing them a little bit back. They're waiting for Shin to actually be here, but Bejisika is almost here too.
Yeah, I mean, Fan, he wanted to play the riposte game, but again, ThunderTalk is just so patient. They're just waiting for the animation to just show up before even investing any crowd control, because that's the only way that you can win a skirmish as a Fiora in an instant, right? If a very beautifully timed riposte can win you whatever, right? Every single time that we see a very beautifully timed riposte, you know, things go into the favor of the Fiora. But ThunderTalk is just so wise and holding off their skills. I was able to get that Rift Herald ensuing or enrouting into a finish on the tower on the mid lane. And we look into the replay, and this is again Sika being over eager in trying to kill the Garen, or trying to outtrade the Garen. You just don't do it.
Yeah. Did not respect the possibility of a stand United being used onto Shin. And it was well timed as well by XBY. Dominus is just being waited here by Shin to expire, and then
level 9. Yeah, now he's level 9, and to the level 8. Blade of the Ruin King won't be able to do a thing. Stand United again.
Oh, the body slam is a genius. Wake Up gonna be using his ult and
What a
flash out, but
taunt!
not enough. The chase down is just so good on Thunder Talk. Now FaZe in trouble.
Yeah.
Saxby wanted to close it out.
Okay.
Giant chance though invested
He might
on the
die.
Shin. They might just get this kill. This is good with the help of Chi.
Wait, no, okay. I just thought for a second that the Renekton is dead, but he was actually on the mid lane and on the top lane. The recipient of that kill is the jungler, the true carry of WBG, at least in the game. In this game, we haven't touched based on Chi's reluctance to go for a marksman, and to me, I really think the WBG has to revisit their draft if they end up losing game number 2, right? Like, the direction of this game is to the side of Thunder Talk. Once again, in game number 2, like, they're 2k up. Yeah, the first dragon went over to the side of WBG, but I just feel the WBG performs better if she is on a damage champion, not on utility like this.
Yeah, because it's a double scaling champion that Thunder Talk has right now, and they have a lot of front lines as well that can just soak the damage, even if all the damage or all the skills connects to Shin. Is not gonna be feeling any of it coming from.
Are you
Chi.
seeing this, Giyang? Are you seeing this? A 5-0-0 X-Buy waiting to say bye-bye to the members of WBG. Man, this Shen is so ahead of everyone right now. Like, this is to note that, you know, their true carries is Z and Soul, but X-Buy and Shin is doing wonderfully in this matchup.
He is like, I help, I kill. The kills are mine. And look at the damage still though that Z and Soil are dealing just from the mere pokes that they do.
Oh, Stand
United
United
again.
play.
Oh, FaZe in trouble. They can just soak the towers for days. Shin tanks it up. Another kill for X-Buy.
And then we have to carefully look in as to how Thunder Talk will be translating that kill into something else. Okay, at least Thunder Talk was able to get some camps here in the bot lane, but that's the only thing, right? Like, if you're WBG, you kind of just have to accept your fate if that ever happens, right? But the problem still persists. WBG is definitely losing on the side in where Shin is just becoming a monster by himself.
Oh man, Fan. I mean, you want to step up, right? You want to be the hero. You have to be the hero playmaking, hero maker here on the Weibo Gaming side. So far, we have seen some kills that they had, but not yet enough to actually influence performance here.
Oh, he's under vision.
X-Buy, he is very tanky. With the help of Shin, they are just easily zoning them out. Now with Mountain Dragon. Weibo Gaming, what do you do?
Well, they have to contest this because this really is their win condition. If they get the 3 dragons win condition, then for sure. Oh, what a blunder by Soil.
Yeah, he canceled the curtain call, but right now, Wake Up might actually be in trouble. Almost got taken out, picking to death with the Ignite. He dies as Wake Up gets killed as well. Oh man, the damage now of the double ADC is ballooning as they chase down Weibo Gaming. A clean ace and free dragon.
Yeah, it was a blunder by Soul to begin with, but it was because of Wake Up being in front of him, right? It can easily just get cancelled. Soil recognized that right away and just canceled the curtain call once again right away. But really, the start of the show there was the package plus, again, SMY. The combo of Z and SMY in that particular clash was just too clean. We look into Z as to how he uses the package. I was waiting for the package, but he was waiting for the quickness to expire before even thinking of going to use his package. And against against a packaged Corki, it's just so hard to win a team fight.
The slows are there, the follow-ups, the flashes from the rest of Thunder Talk. They're just in sync right now, in the zone, in this game. Suddenly, the 4,000 gold lead of Thunder Talk doubled in after that fight.
I'm losing words for WBG right now. Like, they're looking outclassed in every facet of the game. Thunder Talk is just so prepared in this particular matchup and has just outdrafted them, outpositioned them every single time.
And now Regizica needs to step back. Thunder Talk is complete here in the bottom lane. Cascade Beast for the isolation play. A stab X-Buy. Serving the front. Curtain call. Dealing a lot. Good Transcendent Embrace. Forcing Shin to actually hesitate a bit. And they engage. Wake Up though is burning. But still alive.
Okay.
Fortunately,
That's the only lucky play that WBG. Well, they need every single one of those, right? But this is like the problem that I have for WBG. Again, their lineup is so kiteable. Yeah, you have the karma to speed you up, but the Transcendent Embrace is not really that reliable to lock down all the members, right? Like you need a perfect engage from the Rakan. But what is there to follow up the Rakan play? Nothing. Crowd control from Fiora, Renekton, Jace. Zero, man. And this is a concern whenever you're facing against a double marksman composition, because if you're facing against this front-to-back situations, you need a combination of both. You need crowd control and damage at the same time.
And this is why we comment on Underdog so much, right? The adaptation that they had is just supreme. Right now, Shin is soaking a lot, but is able to proc the Grand Challenge here for Fan. That will surmount them a kill as XY flashes out. But in the mid lane, ThunderTalk is making something happen. They want to push a tower. They're being denied to do so. Weibo Gaming gets away with 1 kill.
Yeah, at least something positive for the side of WBG, but it does not really slow things down for ThunderTalk. Like, ThunderTalk can now threaten to go for this Baron. Remember that this is a double marksman composition that can do what? Do massive damage to epic monsters like the Baron. And you look into the vision game that is being played right now by ThunderTalk. Yeah, one would say that, hey, you know what? There's like no ward on the side of ThunderTalk because WBG is just pushed away. But ThunderTalk is just playing it patient. They don't really want to risk it for the biscuit. They know that the only way they lose this game is if they throw in the Baron. And by the way, that's a Luden's Echo, Corgi.
He wants the burst. He will get ganked here, but the Stand United should be able to save him a bit. He buys enough time as SMY now joins, but oh no, the cast is not so good. Fan still gets a kill, gets a Grand Challenge, healing as well. Transcendent Embrace to stop the engage, but it's simply not enough. The Fiora still dies. Here comes the Renekton on Baiting Sika right now, dealing a lot, but XBY is still able to tank a lot of those damage. Curtain Call will not be able to get a kill, almost though. A 4th shot on Baiting Sika.
Yeah. And the MVP of that team fight for WBG is SMY, right? Like again, who is there to follow up the engage of the Rakan? Well, in that exchange, it was the Gragas that followed through and helped WBG in the process because he just killed his own teammate. But that's a mistake that you don't expect ThunderTalk would be doing every single time out, right? That's a lucky break for WBG, and that's a good amount of gold to slow things down, or to slow ThunderTalk down, but it does not really help their cause, you know, to really just even out the game. Because if we look into this replay, yeah, it took a lot for them to kill ThunderTalk, and had it been that SMY did not do this, Z would be able to survive this.
Yeah, it was. I think he tried to push him outward, but they made a bit of a mistake there. That cost 2 kills to the side of Weibo Gaming. And right now, ThunderTalk is still okay. I think they're still very confident right now. They want Baiting Sika. He was able to escape. Fortunately, they need him. They need him for this fight.
Wait, ThunderTalk has been misplaying for 3 consecutive clashes now, so this could be a chance.
Matt Jills is missing onto the Crocodile. That's how Dominus is going to be used. Cast to isolate them, but the damage is still very supreme from Z. The damage is high. Look at that. Easy kill onto the Fiora. Now Curtain Call is going to be called out. 2 kills? No, Rakan falls back. Beijing Cicado might actually be in trouble, being chased away by the Garen. Sword lands. Easy kill for ThunderTalk.
And that's 3 deaths again to the side of WBG. More importantly, ThunderTalk gets to secure the Ice Dragon. Kind of want to commend Soil, man. Right? The boss on this guy to just go in and be melee mode on that Jhin was just a beauty to watch. And now Shin is not even needed for this Baron. He's just going to push the tower here on the bot lane. And again, twice in a row, 2 times that the Garen gets picked, 2 times that he was able to influence the game greatly as a split pusher.
Yeah, massively. And no one can touch him alone, not even Fan, because he can just easily escape if ever he wants to go. He tries to go into 1v1. And similar to game number 1, we're seeing a 13,000 gold lead once again by ThunderTalk, despite the adjustments that Weibo Gaming had, despite the attempted hero plays that that Fan had with the help of Wake Up. It's still not enough.
Yeah, they were able to help Sika's early game, right? But this Shen pickup has started to become a problem for WBG. And again, come game number 3, I think they have to really prioritize the Shen pickup because that is, to me, one of their best champions as well.
He's still alive. He's still healing up, being able to kill one. What in the world is just happening here? Thunderdog gets away. Okay, he gets a kill onto the Garen, but trades his life for it. Now Curtain Call being used to try and get a kill onto Wake Up, while the rest of the members of Thunderdog are closing the distance. SMY still has a body set to follow up with a flash of Z, connects that kill, and they get the tower as well. Everything crumbling for Weibo Gaming.
I mean, the raid boss and the Garen is fully online, and that's a 1v3 in full display. Actually, make that 2v3. There was a Stand United. They're going for a finisher right now, Kiyang, and I think they will be able to successfully do so. 2-0 in favor of ThunderTalk.
Massively executed here. Well done by ThunderTalk. 2-0 indeed, and 2 games away from potentially 4-0ing Weibo Gaming.
I'm just... Okay, one thing is that I kind of predicted that ThunderTalk would just smurf on in the lower bracket because I know that ThunderTalk, again, their record after acquiring Seoul has just been so good. Before acquiring Seoul, their record was 2-4, 2 wins, 4 losses. After acquiring Seoul, their record in their last 9 games was 7 wins to 2 losses, and that were featuring a loss. That one of those 2 losses was actually against WBG, but we have to remember that WBG was able to win with their funnel all-in composition, and that is what you were saying, what you were referring to as the medic squad, in where the Shen, the Yumi, the Galio, all those funnel, in where Fan would be able to really terrorize the opponent using his Zed. But that to me is no longer their priority because it's just so apparent that their reluctance to go first pick Shen is already a good indication that WBG's results on that lineup during scrimmages may not really be that positive.
Yeah, and we're not seeing Chi on his usual champions as well. No longer is he able to pick up champions like Varus because it keeps being denied from him as well. We have seen him twice in a row in an APC and it's just not working as well.
Yeah, Chi needs to be able to do damage, right? A priority on the Varus that gets easily banned away by ThunderTalk. What's the next step for WBG? Is it time for them to bring out the Kaisa? Something that can really bring out the hurt. Some damage is needed. One way or another, a priority on the Garen could also be what what Weibo Gaming needs, because one way or another, something needs to get changed.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't as big of a gap on the top side of the map, you could still feel that Shin's value. Shin was still able to outperform Zika, right? Like the amount of times that the Garen was pushing towards the towers of the Renekton was... I wasn't able to see the forward percentage, but I won't be surprised if it's still above 40%. And that, to me, is the value of this Garen pickup. That regardless of what matchup it is, regardless of it being against the Fiora, regardless of it being against the Renekton, same result can be expected or will be expected.
I think they have to be the one to take it instead here for Weibo Gaming.
Man.
It's very difficult. XY as well popped up so much. Had 6 kills initially into the game. All of the 6 kills that Thundertalk had was onto him. And it was helping so much on every single angle that Thundertalk took in the area.
And this is really what baffles me right now, right? The reluctance of the CN conference teams, not just them, but also APAC conference teams to go for the Shen. We all know that Shen has been that one champion that has been so hotly contested during the regular season, but we all know that the changes to patch 4.2 with the reintroduction of marksman being able to do nuclear damage has dissuaded this Shen pickups, but to me, the value is still there. Just the fact that you're able to win your side lane, a 2v1 in an instant can win you the game every single time, and we saw it here, right? Every single time that Beijing Zika tried to engage onto Shin, immediately with one press of a button, that becomes a 2v1.
Yeah, all the attempts of Weibo Gaming were neutralized simply because of the plays or the helps that XY had to his allies, and we have seen Z and Soil pop off as well, simply because their frontline is
they were untouched.
Untouched.
They were untouched, man. Like, Xbio is deservingly so the MVP of this game number 2, 7-0 and 12. And man, games 1 and 2 were complete stomps, Kiyoung. If something has to change, maybe a side selection change come game number 3, because we know that in this playoffs, if you are the loser of the previous game, you get priority as to what side you select. And to me, Thunder Talk is really just showing that on the red side, they are unstoppable, unbeatable even.
They need a massive change here on Weibo Gaming. Let's see if they're gonna be finally able to get a score come game number 3. I wonder if they would need a big adjustment as well on the Baron lane side, because so far Beijing is not having the best time. It's still not enough to take down Shin. We'll be going into a short break before we head down to game number 3. So sit back, relax, and wait for us to come back.
After 2 months of intense competition, the WRL A1 regular stage concluded splendidly, with 8 teams from WRLCN and 4 teams from WRL APAC emerging as the standout performance among the rest. KBG secured the top position in WRLCN with an impressive winner stick, closely followed by JT. In WRL APAC, Seoul KTRY showcased remarkable dominance, while Bariram ERU also displayed commendable performance. For those summoners who crave more action, the playoffs will commence on June 21st, where the 12 victorious teams will continue battling for the prestigious title of WRL A1 champion. The playoffs in both WRLCN and WRL APAC will follow a BO7 double elimination tournament, allowing only 2 teams from each conference to progress to the finals. The first place team from the regular stage in WRLCN, Team KBG, will go head-to-head against Team Nova, while the remaining team, JT, will directly versus EDG. The 2 victorious teams will then compete for the first spot in the WRLCN finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, the 5th place JDG team will select TE as their first round opponent, while the remaining team, WBG, will confront TT. The winner of the first round in the losers bracket will then face the opponent determined by the first place team in the regular stage, and the final winner will earn a spot in the finals. Additionally, the 4 teams from WRL APAC that advances to the playoffs will also engage in the double elimination tournament, where 2 winners will be chosen to proceed to the finals. The finals will unfold over 3 thrilling days, promising an unmatched level of excitement. On the first day, the 4 teams will engage in a BO1 single round robin, and the team that finishes with the top rank will secure the first ticket to the grand finals. The remaining 3 teams will then face off in a single elimination bracket on the second day, vying for the chance to compete against the top-ranked team. Finally, on the third day, the 2 winning
2 games right now, but it seems like a deja vu from game number 1 and game number 2. Weibo Gaming still yet to solve their problem from the Baron lane, still yet to challenge Thunder Talk. Hopefully, they're able to draw a strategy this time around that can work against Thunder Talk. We're now heading to game number 3. We're very excited, of course, but still a little concerned for Weibo.
Oh yeah, definitely, right? Like 100% concerned for the team that we expected to put up a better performance overall. But as you said, something has to change, and I believe there is that one change that we were waiting for. We were waiting for them to choose red side, because on the red side, I just think that Thunder Talk has a lot of avenues to play around their draft, and having the ability to go for counter picks with Z in your mid lane is like a match made in heaven, right? Like every single time that we see a team draft on the red side, counter pick is to be expected. And if you give a counter pick for a beastly mid laner like Z or a beastly dragon laner in Soya, things will go your way.
And hopefully we do see Chi this time around on a standard ADC. Maybe this time they can focus on getting the Corki and the Jhin for their side and be extra aggressive in the laning phase as well, because normally we have seen just Thunder Talk getting that kind of combination. They have a solid Baron laner as well. I think their supports are on par onto each other. It's up to how the recipients of the help are going to perform and follow up given the state of their laning phase as well. So they need to stabilize everything here as they now have blue side or red side to pick priority. Thundertalk will at least be able to pick up maybe the Gragas if it's left out open.
Just ban the Varus of Chi and problem solved already for Thundertalk is what they're saying, because again, you just don't let Chi play the Varus. He's the best Varus player in the world right now. And I think Thundertalk, I mean, not Thundertalk, but WBG. WBG has to ditch the Fiora. In no world does the Fiora do wonders, at least in the current patch or in the current meta. Yeah, maybe if you kind of pair him up with the Shen, then maybe, just maybe, there will be something positive for you. But you look into how Thundertalk responded to this flip upside. They're now banning away the Varus and as well as the Corki, which leaves that WBG won't be able to really play any of those marksmen for Chi.
And since they banned away the Rakan, in which it's one of the favorites here of SMY, it becomes a linear decision. Pick up the Gragas here for for SMY. But they do have the chance to pick up the Alistar though. I think that is a noteworthy pick right now for Wake Up to make plays. Be very tanky as well for the team fights. Maybe they can work around getting the Garen as well here for Basic. I think that is necessary. But looks like Chi will go with his one of his signature champion as well from patch 4.1, the Ziggs.
Yeah, thankfully, this is now definitely going to be a different WBG, because now this Ziggs would be able to do enough damage to any team fight, to, you know, in a 1v1 scenario. And we all know that she is so good with his skill shots. This is a lot better than the Locks, a lot better than the Karma. And now Thundertalk is just saying, you know what, you cannot solve my Garen, or the Garen problem that has haunted you for 2 consecutive games. Why change it, right? The Kai'Sa is going to get picked here by Thundertalk. I wonder if this is going to be the AP variant.
Because it deals a lot of damage actually with the AP build. Can be used into the mid lane as well for Z, and he's just very talented in using this as well potentially. Maybe Gaming sticking on the Alistar. This is a good sign. What they just need right now is a stable champion for Radiant Seka. Normally we do see like Renekton and Ribbon being very good to be picked up here for the Baron lane side, but I think Thundertalk will recognize and ban those two up.
Yeah, or maybe just leave it open and focus on something else like the Assassins of Faye and go for a double marksman composition if you're Thundertalk, right? Like, that's always an option for them. But if you're WBG, like, the problem still persists on the top lane. But if you do not think too much about it, like, you just play static lane, like, you know, you still go for the Renekton and do not attempt to win the lane, because that's like the biggest problem facing WBG right now. They kind of want to win the lane on the top side, and sometimes you know, by doing so much, you put your team on the back foot, right? Sometimes inactivity is the best activity.
And you have to not be fixated on it too much generally, and hopefully that's going to be the case here for Weibo Gaming, right? They do ban the Shen, which XBY had a wonderful MVP performance in game number 2. Yeah, assassin bans are the way to go. They do put a lot of respect on the potential Olaf pick as well by Fan. This is really nice. Weibo Gaming does have a chance to pick up, you know, champions of Faye like Akali, Zed. I think it's still very reliable, especially that they have the Ziggs now for Chi.
And they are not going to heed my advice, and they would still go for the Fiora 3rd consecutive game. But at least now they can fix their lineup on the red pick 5, or as their last pick commences, they could still go for a heavy crowd control to really supplement this Alistar, because again, the same problem persists for WBG. They don't have enough crowd control outside of this Alistar. Nothing, nada. If this is going to be a double marksman composition, Swain, baby, Swain! Okay.
Here comes the Swain pick here for Thundertalk. Oh, a massive pick up here for sure. Yeah, we do see the Renekton being picked up, but I'm still, I mean, we can both agree on this. We love the lineup of Thundertalk. We lean towards this draft.
I have mixed opinion about Swain. Swain is that one champion that can easily win you the game. 100% sure, right? Like, the concern I do have for WBG is, are they really willing to invest all their resources to go down this lane? Because this is a very tanky mid laner, right? That is for sure. This is a champion that can win a team fight by himself just by being at the middle of everyone. And not to mention that with with WBG not having access to any marksman, the only way for them to penetrate through the defenses of the Swain is by investing their grand challenge onto him. But by the time that he gets stasis, what do you do?
Yeah, and even if it doesn't have stasis, man, there's so much crowd control on Thunder Talk. Garen, the Vi, the Gragas, and even Swain has his claw. And Weibo Gaming, they only have one way to defeat them. They need to burst them down through Chi, maybe Beijing Sika, Fan, and Faye. But as the team fight progresses, it's going to be on Thunder Talk's side.
Yeah, the longer the team fight goes, the better it is for Thunder Talk. We all know that Swain is the newest champion that you can play in competitive. Yeah, I know that Volibear and Ornn just got released on live, but I don't think we'll ever see it in playoffs because they were kind of late. They were a tad bit late. Now, this is also a concern I do have for Z, at least in the laning phase, because we all know that Jace is one of the best. Oh, wait, what?
Wow.
Choppity chop. And also Sika with a very big change as to how he approached this, going for a barrier, not the ignite. So he has recognized that, hey, you know what, I don't have to really win the lane, and I just have to play it standard. This is a good adaptation, and I just want to commend Sika for this.
Yeah, right now he's able to stabilize his laning phase. At least don't get killed. I think it's the way to go, so that
of course
Fan is gonna be able to influence mid and Dragon lane, right?
Wow.
I think Faye needs all the help that he can get given this matchup. Wow.
Everywhere. XBuy was everywhere indeed. With a KDA of up to 19. The last game, XBuy just won the game on the Shen. The Shen just got banned here in game number 3, and so they are now showing a different champion. And the newest champion that you can play in competitive right now is the Swain. Z playing it is kind of not really characteristic because we all know that Z's mechanics is top notch. We want him on the Assassins, but that's okay. That's fine. You know, we love some Swains here in the playoffs.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat here for Thunder Talk, whatever gets them the win, especially that a lot of respect was handed over to them in the banning phase and in the champion selection. Shen taking so much, but does force Beijing Sika back with the Ignite.
This is just really becoming problematic for Sika. I mean, he went for the cheater recall, but I don't think he was able to at least get... Or was he able to recall the last time out? Oh, XBuy close to level 5. Won't be able to really kill. This is just them assisting Shin to be able to push the lane towards Sika. Maybe threaten a dive, but I just don't think, you know, a dive is a good idea here, especially knowing that Shin is far from level 5, so no execute to be had in the top side. They can get some plates though, which is going to be massive, especially in the top lane matchup. We all know that per plate, that's 150 gold, and there you go. Money in the bank for Thunder Talk.
Yeah, Fan cannot influence a lane just yet. Is not able to be buffed up just yet to actually kill someone, especially in the Dragon lane. Given that SMY does have the Gragas, he can just easily push him backward and negate every intention of going in. But Wake Up is here. Wow, good headbutt, good pulverize into the flash, into the headbutt. Shin forced to use his flash. Fan is here as well. Just one more auto attack with the help with the Vault Breaker of XBuy. Actually stopped him back, but he gets to be the next target.
One more.
Gets picked off. Fan almost
dying. Almost dying. But SMY is here with the Pathfinder. He is so quick to his feet. This Gragas is here to terrorize WBG.
Good cast, but it's not yet enough to actually do anything. Weibo Gaming looks like they're having a good early game.
That is to me, Shin, just not really too respectful of WBG Wake Up's presence, right? He was there and he thought that he recalled to at least assist the drag lane or maybe even the mid lane, but just the fact that he was too far forward is going to really be problematic. Is this the reason why Thunder Talk was not able to respond well on the top side? Last tick, Ignite, yeah, of course, right? Ignite is longer than a barrier. That is a known fact for years now here in Wild Rift.
Very, very sad there for Faye. He just wanted to stay alive, did not anticipate that SMY was there ready to take him out, and they do get the trade at the very end. It's actually even here.
Yeah.
And if we look at the gold, it's actually leaning towards Thundertalk, slowly building up to 1,000. Shin still very, very comfortable here against Beijing Sika. Pops up the dominance here to try and actually do something. The tower helping so much. Shin got nervous.
He was too far forward, got hit by the tower twice, but that could be an easy bait. Look at X-Bike, he's here.
Yeah, as the
good.
cease and desist if ever. Good job by Beijing Sika.
Yeah.
Immediately backs away.
Yeah, again, the slice and dice. Just the fact that he did not commit the slice to go all in against the Garen is a good idea. You kind of, that's the only way that you die as a Renekton on the top side. If you even try to press that button to engage or to be aggressive. Round of Ages already completed for Z. That is going to stack up in a few minutes. If I'm not mistaken, around 9 minutes, it's already fully stacked. And that is a standard buy for all Swain pickups. I did not see the keystones or the runes that Swain did get picked up, but Face Rush. Okay, no, not just it. I kind of want the whole
other
package. Yeah, of course, for sure. But that is kind of expected because as a Swain, all you really have to be doing is to stack up HP, stack up AP as well, and that's where Rod of Ages is really good at.
And he is going to be able to sustain himself for so long in the team fight, and I think that's going to be a big problem here for Weibo Gaming. Right now, just want to accelerate the game with the RH to get a tower. Good body stamp to stop the engage here of Wake Up. Wow, that is just genius. Z gonna be killing him at the very end with Ignite. He's on his head. But Fan gets one. SMY is also very low. Z has to fall back, but X-Spy, I think, is overstepping his boundaries. Fortunately, he still has the flash, so it's gonna be fine.
Another blunder by SMY, explosive casking one of the champions of WBG towards Soil, ending up in Soil dying. And this is a big blow, a massive win by WBG. That's a 2-for-2 special here in the mid lane. If we ever see the replay, we will again be traumatized or be sad about what happened with SMY. Yeah, WBG has a secret agent on the other side, I guess. But Shin is still relatively tanky on the top side. Won't be able to, won't die, and won't even be, I don't know, put down on a critical hell. He's just so tanky.
Hopefully Thunder Talk. Okay, we'll get a replay.
Yeah, there you go. See? Yeah. Now he got pulverized. And so, because he got pulverized by the Alistar, it's so easy for the WBG members to really just go in. What are you doing?
No way! That's just sad. Just one other
This guy is tilted, man. Like, Sika needs to I don't know, maybe needs to get swapped out by Sihan, because man is really tilted right now, Giong. And it's not often that I rant about a specific player, especially come playoff time, because I know the amount of preparation that they do every single time. But like in 3 consecutive games, we see this Garen be so problematic for Beijing Sika.
And that transpires into more leverage here for Thunderlock, just like this. Easy takedown onto Fan, because Beijing Sika was just recently killed off and have no influence right now on all the fights. Being killed twice in a row in like a span of a minute is just devastating.
It was effortless. That's the thing. It was so effortless for Shin to win the lane. Like, Sika would be over aggressive and would hand over the lane towards the Garen. Again, if you are Sika, you have one job in mind, and that is to neutralize the lane. But like right now, he's showcasing that this Garen is a tier 1 champion. That's not really supposed to be the case.
A must-ban, must-steal champion for Weibo Gaming. Soil, fortunately was able to flash away from the Mega Inferno Bomb. Thunder Talk possesses a slight gold lead, actually, even if Weibo Gaming pushed out 2 towers into the mid lane. They were able to finally get their first tower as Weibo Gaming answers back in the bottom lane. But still, Thunder Talk getting the better end of the scaling factor. And they have Sway, they have Kaisa. How do you deal this as the game progresses?
Yeah, the longer this game goes, the better it is for the Swain, for sure, right? Like, Rod of Ages is not really going to be at its strongest at this time, but it continues to scale up. And with more items, it will be just problematic. Like, if you are the Swain at the forefront of everything, I mean, what do you do if you're the Renekton? You cannot just approach the Swain. You cannot. I mean, you can Ruthless Predator him. That's the only thing you can do.
Oh, X-Buy foresees his flash, got stuck there in the Krugs area of Weibo Gaming. They just will need to reset, and they will be able to establish control again in the bottom side river. Weibo Gaming, again, they need to step up, they need to contest this dragon, but team fighting, I think, is very complicated for them. Well, at most, it requires Thundertalk to make a mistake, maybe have Soy burst it out, just like in the fight in the topside river a while ago. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, especially that Thundertalk. They have more ways to survive now. 2 Black Cleavers, they fight Thunder for the Vi.
Someone? Okay, well, he's fine. Very tanky, and X-Spy is there. Well, I like WBG saw the red buff, got secured, and immediately backed away.
He's so tanky. The whole burst there basically just took him down to half, but he is going to be able to heal himself.
He's okay.
Back to full health. Yeah, he's just okay here. That's so much ulti invested by Weibo Gaming just to poke them out, but they can still go in.
Yeah. Now that Z is out of the picture with no Demonic Ascension, I don't think he will be able to sniff a contest here unless X-Spy steals this.
X-Spy wants to though. Shin is leading the pack
with
the damage that he can just soak out, but has to flash away. The damage is there. Sees onto the front line. The Renekton is dead. Wake Up tried to initiate, but no follow-up was handed over. The Soil is just continuing to free hit for days now. X-Spy. Wow, it's a Jason. Got it. Really good job here by Faye. Able to get the Alistar as well, though, by the Kaisas. Now it's just free hitting Fan, doing a really good job to shut him down. Now the Fiora is online. Now he can get more kills. Weibo Gaming gets everything here.
It started so well for Weibo Gaming, right? Like, just the fact that they were able to burn the ultimate of the Swain is a big problem for Thundertalk, and they still wanted to continue to fight. With the dragon heading over to WBG, I would say that is definitely a fight that the Fiora was able to win by himself. I mean, just the mechanics of this guy being able to assassinate Sol was the biggest puzzle piece that they needed in this very big clash that happened. Like, you look at Fan here, he was just waiting for someone to overextend, and he will be more than happy to be the damage dealer every single time. He got exhausted, doesn't matter, will have the reset on the lodge, was able to repost a huge chunk of damage, and at that point, like, Fan was just waiting for the perfect opportunity to clean things up, and he was able to do so.
Yeah, and Thundertalk actually got lead there. They had no reason to fight. Especially that the dragon was taken over and they had a lot of members in low HP threshold already. Yeah. And Weibo Gaming just punished them. Very sad. Right now though, they can still collect
Does he have a flash?
I don't think so. He used it a while ago to engage and he's dead. Now the Alistar is going to be the next problem. He is a little bit tanky, able to sustain himself for so much, but 2 kills for Thundertalk, they can easily get the Baron now.
Yeah, even she is going to die here, and this is a disaster with the Kaisa. With the Kaisa still alive, can shred down this Baron really quick. The only positive is that Fan is alive. Can he go for a miracle steal here? I just don't think so. Shin is here to really stand bad defensive guard and to make sure that Fan won't be able to even approach this Baron pit. And with that, Thundertalk wins hard in that clash.
Weibo Gaming started to be ahead and slowly come back, but it's immediately thrown to the gutter as they all died, or 3 of them did. Check that one more time.
This is Faye, I think, using the Blasting Cone to get himself in a perfect position to at least be able to do damage. But Shin recognized that, hey, you know what, this guy doesn't have flash, and there's no reason for us to get scared at all. With one cast of the ultimate, that's what they needed to really just cement a massive win. We look into the live, and looks like there will be another clash here, Kiang.
Isolation only to the Alistar, but still he's going to be able to sustain a lot of damage. Frontline is breached though as they get the Alistar. Good killer instinct, and Z as well is online. Demonic Ascension to rain onto everybody and punches through from X-Spy as well. A clean ace by Thundertalk. They can just end this game.
Yeah, for sure. With 5 people strengthened by the Baron as well, they can just march down the mid lane and get an unheard of 3-0 lead. Did you even expect this? I did not, Giang.
No, not at all. I thought Weibo Gaming is gonna be okay, let's chill for a little bit, but no. They initiated, Thundertop got a big fight, and now they're match point in the series.
They are on the precipice of eliminating the top 2 team from last season of WRL. WBG has always been known as one of the best CN conference team, but in this patch they are in shambles. They cannot find a way to get an answer on the top side. Shin has always been so good in controlling the top lane. And to me, like, I think it's as clear as a day that you just have to take away the Garen, because that Garen has been so influential for 3 games in a row.
They have to either ban this champion or take it for Paige and Sika. Lower the bar right now, because it's everything being taken by Thundertalk with this champion on Shin. And also their team fighting is actually really good.
Yeah. The only concern I do have, right, like if you even give the Garen over to Beijing Seika with the confidence hit to consider, like Shin will just have to be, will just be happy to pick anything, right? Like at this point, we all know that Wild Rift game, half mechanics, half mental, and like at this point, like Seika after throwing that kill on the top side, and where he was just so close to kill the Garen
and died
again. Like yeah, at least this is a better performance, right? You look at the forward percentage, 29% and to 25%, and he's not the lone person to blame in this loss in game number 3. It's also that call by Fan, right? Like he went into the Baron pit by himself, defenseless, and there to capitalize on that mistake was Thundertalk. Again, Thundertalk, for the information of everyone, to me is the second best team during the second half of the regular season of WRLA, right? Only second to you know who, right? Keep Best Gaming. That's the only team that I think is just head and shoulders above the rest right now. The record of Thundertalk, the second half, or in their last 9 games during their regular seasons, was 7 wins to 2 losses, and that just goes to show the improvement of this team as a whole. And yeah, this to me is a team that is disguising themselves as a lower bracket team.
And they keep on evolving, they keep on improving, they keep on adapting to everything that comes their way. I think this is the closest game that WB Gaming actually had against Thundertalk. It's much lower in terms of the time that Thundertalk ended the game because of 2 big mistakes by Weibo Gaming. It could have gone a different way, I think, if Weibo Gaming tried to chill down a little bit. Right now, they need every single game to be won if they want to push this to a game 7. It's either them getting stomped or push this to a game 7.
I mean, Giang, like 4 consecutive do or die for your team, for your squad. You need a reverse sweep. Channel all the energy to be able to do so, and you can do that by doing one thing, thinking of one game at a time. Like 4 consecutive BO1s, I guess, is what often happens when it comes to team huddles and so on and so forth. It is doable. Is it probable though, is the question. I have to say that with the way Thundertalk has been controlling this game, it's close to insurmountable right now, the lead that they were able to get. By the way, SMY did get the MVP for game number 3, so that's 3 different MVPs that we have had. And interestingly enough, Giang, none of those MVPs has been Soil or Z.
Yeah, we still have yet to see them get the MVP. Only one can actually get that anymore. It's either him or Soil, but we will find out if Weibo Gaming can push this 1 game at a time against Thundertalk and slowly defy the odds. We'll just take a short break. We'll be back after it.
After 2 months of intense competition, the WRL A1 regular stage concluded splendidly, with 8 teams from WRLCN and 4 teams from WRL APAC emerging as the standout performance among the rest. KBG secured the top position in WRLCN with an impressive winner stake, closely followed by JT, In WRL APAC, Seoul KTRY showcased remarkable dominance, while Bariram BRU also displayed commendable performance. For those summoners who crave more action, the playoffs will commence on June 21st, where the 12 victorious teams will continue battling for the prestigious title of WRL A1 champion. The playoffs in both WRLCN and WRL APAC will follow a BO7 double elimination tournament, allowing only 2 teams from each conference to progress to the finals. The first place team from the regular stage in WRLCN, Team KBG, will go head-to-head against Team Nova, while the remaining team, JT, will directly versus EDG. The 2 victorious teams will then compete for the first spot in the WRLCN finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, the 5th place JDG team will select TE as their first round opponent, while the remaining team, WBG, will confront TT. The winner of the first round in the losers bracket will then face the opponent determined by the first place team in the regular stage, and the final winner will earn a spot in the finals. Additionally, the 4 teams from WRL APAC that advances to the playoffs will also engage in the double elimination tournament, where 2 winners will be chosen to proceed to the finals. The finals will unfold over 3 thrilling days, promising an unmatched level of excitement. On the first day, the 4 teams will engage in a BO1 single round robin, and the team that finishes with the top rank will secure the first ticket to the grand finals. The remaining 3 teams will then face off in a single elimination bracket on the second day, vying for the chance to compete against the top-ranked team. Finally, on the third day, the 2 winning teams will enter a gripping BO7 Ultimate Showdown to determine the ultimate WRL A1 champion. With all 12 teams fully prepared, the question remains: who will emerge victorious and claim the coveted championship glory after enduring such intense competition? Get ready for a wild ride. Let's eagerly anticipate the thrilling spectacle together.
Dear Summoners, welcome to the Wild Rift League Asia 1! With the new season comes a fresh upgrade to our Spectre UI, designed to provide everyone with a better viewing experience. First thing is about the original UI information at the top bar. We make it into a functioning ring design in the upper left corner. The ring not only includes basic information such as team names, match duration, kills, towers, but also displays the gold difference through the red and blue rings. What is a great game without the competition for map resources? When a team takes down the elemental dragons and gets the buffs, the stunning special effects not only make the acquisition of resources more ceremonious, but the elemental dragon's specific color-coded buff energy blocks will also be intuitively embedded in the corresponding red and blue sides. Whether a team speeds up the match tempo by getting Rift Herald, expanding their lead by killing Baron Nashor, or stealing the Elder Drake for the final victory, the countdown timer special effects and the resource-specific color coding will help summoners watching the game to quickly understand what is going on in the game and capture the critical information. Additionally, we will display the whole in-game map on the top right corner. When the elemental dragons, Rift Herald, or Baron Nashor is about to spawn, the corresponding resources exclusive countdown will appear in the top left corner of the map in real time, providing clearer information on team tactics and map resources. The new UI will introduce 4 panel modes: the landing phase mode, pre-team flight mode, team fight mode, and post-team fight mode, a combination of 4 refined panel modes to ensure that the most important real-time data in the game is presented more intuitively and comprehensively than ever before. In the landing phase mode, in addition to the real-time images of the players, champion selections, summoner spells, and champion experience, we will also supplement real-time gold, KDA, and items during the landing phase. Meanwhile, team stats history will also be displayed based on the progress of the game, allowing allowing summoners watching the game to stay informed of the comprehensive information in real time. In pre-team fight mode, we refine and integrate the information on the gold difference between the matchup to help summoners keep track of the player's items builds in real time through the items column. This makes the state of both teams clearer before the team fight. In the highly anticipated team fight mode, we visualize the damage dealt comparison. The real-time dynamic display of champions' avatars can be more intuitively express the damage dealt of each player during the team fight. The closer to the red-blue intersection, the damage is higher. We maximize the screen space for exciting team fights and gameplays. After the fierce team fight, we integrate the damage comparison of each champion to help summoners quickly understand the damage difference between the champions in each matchup during the team fight. Depending on the different game situations, there are more diverse UI combinations waiting for summoners to unlock. Our comprehensive, intuitive, and comfortable UI design aims to provide summoners with a better, more informative, and higher quality viewing experience. The exciting first season of Wild Rift League Asia is waiting for you. Summoners, we'll see you in the Rift.
After 2 months of intense competition, the WRL A1 regular stage concluded splendidly, with 8 teams from WRL CN and 4 teams from WRL APAC emerging as the standout performance among the rest. KBG secured the top position in WRL CN with an impressive winner stick, closely followed by JT. In WRL APAC, Seoul KTRY showcased remarkable dominance, while Bariran BRU also displayed commendable performance. For those summoners who crave more action, the playoffs will commence on June 21st, where the 12 victorious teams will continue battling for the prestigious title of WRL A1 champion. The playoffs in both WRL CN and WRL APAC will follow a BO7 double elimination tournament, allowing only 2 teams from each conference to progress to the finals. The first place team from the regular stage in WRL CN, Team KBG, will go head-to-head against Team Nova, while the remaining team, JT, will directly versus EDG. The 2 victorious teams will then compete for the first spot in the WRL CN finals. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, the 5th place JDG team will select TE as their first round opponent, while the remaining team, WBG, will confront TT. The winner of the first round in the losers bracket will then face the opponent determined by the first place team in the regular stage, and the final winner will earn a spot in the finals. Additionally, the 4 teams from WRL APAC that advances to the playoffs will also engage in the double elimination tournament, where 2 winners will be chosen to proceed to the finals. The finals will unfold over 3 thrilling days, promising an unmatched level of excitement. On the first day, the 4 teams will engage in a BO1 single round robin, and the team that finishes with the top ranked will secure the first ticket to the grand finals. The remaining 3 teams will then face off in a single elimination bracket on the second day, vying for the chance to compete against the top ranked team. Finally, on the third day, the 2 winning teams will enter a gripping BO7 Ultimate Showdown to determine the ultimate WRL A1 champion. With all 12 teams fully prepared, the question remains, who will emerge victorious and claim the coveted championship glory after enduring such intense competition? Get ready for a wild ride. Let's eagerly anticipate the thrilling spectacle together.
Dear Summoners, welcome to the Wild Rift League Asia 1! With the new season comes a fresh upgrade to our Spectre UI, designed to provide everyone with a better viewing experience. First thing is about the original UI information at the top bar. We make it into a functioning ring design in the upper left corner. The ring not only includes basic information, such as team names, match duration, kills, towers, but also displays the gold difference through the red and blue rings. What is a great game without the competition for map resources? When a team takes down the elemental dragons and gets the buffs, the stunning special effects not only make make the acquisition of resources more ceremonious, but the elemental dragon's specific color-coded buff energy blocks will also be intuitively embedded in the corresponding red and blue sides. Whether a team speeds up the match tempo by getting Rift Herald, expanding their lead by killing Baron Nashor, or stealing the Elder Drake for the final victory, the countdown timer special effects and the resource-specific color coding will help summoners watching the game to quickly understand what is going on in the game and capture the critical information. Additionally, we will display the whole in-game map on the top right corner. When the elemental dragons, Rift Herald or Baron Nashor is about to spawn, the corresponding resources exclusive countdown will appear in the top left corner of the map in real time, providing clearer information on team tactics and map resources. The new UI will introduce 4 panel modes: the landing phase mode, pre-team flight mode, team fight mode, and post-team fight mode, a combination of 4 refined panel modes to ensure that the most important real-time data in the game is presented more intuitively and comprehensively than ever before. In the landing phase mode, in addition to the real-time images of the players, champion selections, summoner spells, and champion experience, we will also supplement real-time gold, KDA, and items during the landing phase. Meanwhile, team stats history will also...
We're now at the 4th and potentially last game in the series if Weibo Gaming cannot change what is happening right now due to the fact that Thundertop is just on fire. Again, we are casters Young and Autolus. We're excited for game number 4. Still concerned by Weibo Gaming. They retain on red side though, and I think that close game can still be improved a lot. It has to be though the Baron lane this time being stable for Beijing Sika. Still, Fan has to step up as well, and the rest should follow.
I still could not believe that Weibo Gaming would get day 1 in the playoffs, right? Like after this day, if they end up losing, that's it. There's no more second chance. This is already lower bracket. And we all know that WBG in the past 2 tournaments has always been the finalists. They have been They have been really categorized as has been in that category or tier to be the challenger to Geek Best Gaming. But this season has been a downfall, right? From Grace, and a big fall from Grace indeed. And the thing here is that it started so well for them. Like their record at the first parts of the season was 7-2. Right, like there were 7-2 during their first 9 matches, but ended on a very big slump and ended the season on a 2-4 record. So that just goes to show that, you know, in this playoffs has been an extension of what happened during the regular season. That whatever that slump was, they could not recover from it.
And it's still a complicated approach that they need to have here in this game as well, in order to extend the series to potentially game number 7, because Baron lane is still very, very sad here for Benisika. Even in that 3rd game, we saw him being very, very frustrated, I would say, in the condition that he is experiencing against Shin. And I don't know if they're going to still have him in the Baron lane for this 4th game, or will there be any swap of role? Because we have seen Zihan before swap with Beijing Sika mid-series, and Beijing Sika swapped again onto him mid-series as well. Maybe that's going to be important to be made as well. I think they need to consider maybe benching Beijing Sika for the meantime to calm down. It's not really because he's we're not saying any negative things about Beijing Sika, but given the state maybe affecting his mental state right now, he has to chill down.
Like for 100%, if I was the coach of WBG, that will definitely be in consideration. But it is also recognizing that you won't be able to win if Sika is in his current form. So you kind of want to instill him the confidence that you need to do. Because in order for you to be able to win the whole thing, you need all the 5 players, and you need the stellar Sika to be able to do just whatever he was doing during the first few parts of the season. And even during the playoffs, he's one of the most stable Baron laner. We have him regarded as the Baron laner that you look up to if you just want someone stable that would still be able to win the lane even on weak lane, right? But and it turns out, teams were able to figure him out, and this Garen pickup by Shin has been a very big story for this series alone. Like 3 consecutive games, thrice on Garen, no answers whatsoever for WBG.
I think Bejizika should adjust right now in terms of maybe pick up the Garen for himself this time around. I mean, he's very notable on champions like the Riven, the Fiora, the Renekton. He's very good at it when he is at his peak level condition. But right now, it's not the case. Maybe that is the way. Just be stable in the lane, be that champion that can soak up a lot of damage, and be a hard champion to beat.
That it's just that one champion, right? Like always strong, never out of the meta, and I just
Very
think that it's so easy to ban away, right? Like one of those champions that no one will ever question you if you ever ban it. By the way, WBG again with the side selection still chooses red, and it does make a lot of sense because on the red side, ThunderTalk has just proven that their counter pick potential is just too far great, too big to overcome if you are WBG. But ThunderTalk again during game number 3, they were on the blue side and was still able to surprise by picking up the Swain. Although it wasn't really the biggest pick of them all that really resulted. That was really the difference maker for ThunderTalk. Like even the Kai'Sa, I just don't think that the Kai'Sa was the reason why they won. It's more of all those little efforts combined into one was able to get that win against WBG.
And it's still going to be the same respect that ThunderTalk is giving towards Weibo Gaming. The Varus, the Wukong, and the Corki taken away. Still, the Rakan is going to be respected here because SMY is just so good at it as well. And Gragas, again, SMY is going at it. I mean, he made a couple of mistakes from game 2 and 3.
Twice.
It's okay. I think
that's okay. It's forgivable.
Yeah,
it's forgivable, right? Like especially during game number 3 where he bagged the MVP. Now WBG does have the opportunity to lock the Garen for themselves because if they do not lock the Garen here, similar to what happened during game 1, 2, and 3, Garen will just get locked here by ThunderTalk as their second rotation pickup, specifically as their third pick. This is still the same draft during game 3.
Yeah, so the Garen gonna be picked up here on their third pick for ThunderTalk. Still the same problem. Shin on the Garen and Bejizika struggling.
Yeah, but again, it is just about Zika playing standard. You know what? Like, Renekton is still a very good pick against the Garen. It's not going to really end up losing that hard if you just want to play it static, and there will always be the opportunity for you to win the lane if you ever land your combos in a very timely manner. And we all know that Zika is actually very knowledgeable on the matchup because every single time that you see the animation of the second skill being popped by the Garen, which is basically the damage mitigation skill, he holds off his combos, and that's the only thing that you have to do as a Renekton, against the Garen, laning wise. But even during the only concern I do have, right, like after the laning phase is said and done, Garen is still very influential during team fights. We all know that his silence, his execute has been top notch in this game and has been so reliable for the squad of ThunderTalk.
Yeah, even Wake Up on the Alistar is prone to being killed just because of that sword being dropped onto him. And when he dies, there's no frontline. Finally,
okay, good.
There's a secondary one that can actually perform really well. Fan, very, very good on this. Had an MVP performance too. This Shen 4. I'm looking forward to this.
Is this going to be a Swain pickup, like a redraft for game number 3 for ThunderTalk? I would not mind it, because at the end of the day, if they even lose this game, come game number 5, right? If game number 5 will even happen,
I like
they will have side selection. Okay, go. Gwen is not going to win the lane though. Like, it is a late game. It's a late game champion for sure.
Maybe the thoughts here on Weibo Gaming side are, okay, Bejizika is going to lose the lane anyway, So we're going to bank late game. Have him be protected this time around by Fan, a really good jungler, and will be the champion that can shred all those front lines of Thundertalk. Soil should not be able to kill him at all. And if a lot of champions are ults are invested onto him, that's when Faye can actually pop off.
Yeah, it's also a very good counter pick to all those skill shots, because it will just run past through the Shroud, right? Like, that is definitely one of the reasons why you pick up the Gwen. I only have my concerns for it just because they already had Ziggs. Oftentimes, you know, whenever I see Gwen get picked up, it is often because they don't have any AP damage source, and it kind of balances things out, right? Like, we all know that Gwen is the best AP damage source in the jungle. But now being played in the Baron lane, you're not going to win the lane against the Garen, that is for sure. Gwen is definitely at the weakest during the early game, which means that the Shin will just have a very good time on the top side of the map. And even if you have that wild card of having that Stand United to help you out, that will only happen by the time that the Shen is already level 5. Maybe at that point, it's a little too late.
Yeah, it's a big risk that Weibo Gaming is having right now in this game. I mean, if this will help them, if this big risk, big jump will help them extend the series, then it's going to be good. But Thundertalk, they want to try out what's working for them. This draft definitely working game number 3. They're gonna try it out again. Shin should be very stable in the top lane, able to stack his Rasp and just increase his HP tenfold.
I also have some a learning that I have from this series alone. I know that this is the 4th time that we are seeing Shin on the Garen, but this is definitely going to be something that I will try later on if I ever pick up Garen in my rank games. This Scorch pickup is an absolute genius to me, because you don't need Brutal to really win you the lane as a Garen, because Brutal is on hit, right? Like, what you need is like poke with Scorch, and that to me is just genius overall to the side of Shin. So yeah, maybe it's what is lacking to my early game Garen.
And it's helping him win the short trades, right? So much. And right now, Bendizica is forced back.
Pushed away,
That's
he's
gonna
baiting.
trap Fan.
Well, he's going for the cheater recall, which to me, well, at this point, like, he will be able to at least buy something. Yeah, there you go. Now he has the item advantage, but it is going to get answered immediately by Shin. Another concern I do have about this Gwen pickup is that it's easy to execute with the Demotion ult. Right?
It's all alone. That should be first blood. Just waiting for the auto attack of Chi. First blood indeed. Weibo Gaming. Best possible case, I would say, here for Weibo.
For sure, right? Like, at the end of the day, even if the other lane suffers a great loss, if you are able to win the other side, things will still be balanced, right? Like, and it's not like Sika is losing the lane so hard here on the top side. He's just playing it safe for now. We look into the replay once again. I think that was a misplay by Saul, because the last second, I think he used his flash the wrong way. Well, he still used his flash even though he was completely dead in the water, because at that point, like, with the combo and the exhaust invested onto you, there's just no reason for him to use his flash. He's not going to survive that all in.
One too close, got a little bit too greedy, trying to get the CS. Had no reason to do so as well, given the pressure of Wake Up on the Alistar. So that's a kill. Thundertalk will be more stable now. I think that is a hard-earned lesson for Soil. Shin, no problem whatsoever. Wake Up even helping him out just with his mere presence is a big investment. Actually, by Weibo Gaming, they don't want him to be, in the detriment. Right now, Stand United actually pretty early, just forces the flash here of Shin. I don't think they're going to be diving, but they're waiting for Wake Up.
Can they really dive? Yeah, I think they do. Adstar is the best diving champion right now.
Yeah, good damage, but the X-Buy is here. Gets the outplay onto Paige and Fan is dead too. It's a nightmare for Weibo Gaming. Z's gonna be there as well to help them out. The cow's gonna fall down. 3-0 for Thundertalk.
It's a big yikes again as a Garen. All you have to do is to stand your ground. Even so, it's going to get a kill against Shin. No, he won't be able to, but he was able to push away the Ziggs, which means that this tower is defenseless unless Faye can do something about Soil's over-aggression. He doesn't have a flash, remember that?
He waited for the
back.
body slam. That's a good timing there by Faye. So SMY might be in trouble, but I think he's gonna be fine either way. That outplay by Thunder Talk is insane though on top lane.
Yeah, like I initially thought that was the best play possible on the top side because again, level 5 Alistar is the best diving support. All you have to do is to cast your ultimate and that's it, right? Like Wake Up was the one who got the aggro, but immediately he went out of the tower's range, which gave the opportunity for Shin to outplay Zika. And we all know that Gwen is not really that too tanky. 1-2 tower hits, especially if it's already like the 4th hit that the tower was able to do, it's just going to destroy the health parts of Zika, and it does look like that it is indeed going to be the same story once again. Shin will be a problem for WBG.
X-Buy, good land on the World Breaker.
Man.
Too late on the Stand United as well. A series of micro mistakes led to a disastrous series of events here for Weibo Gaming. Now, they're trying to collapse onto the RH. I don't think this is going to be a good idea because Z can just pop in the Demonic Ascension. Now Wake Up's going to be in trouble. Flash in. The damage is huge from Z. Gets the cow down. Baity's got a little bit too late. Trying to help out secure this RH. I think they are going to be able to get it at the very end. That's a good trade. 1-for-1 objective here.
But the value that Thunder Talk was able to do there was to make sure that WBG's health bars will be so critical that they won't be able to summon the Rift Herald right away. And that's what you want to do, right? Like every single time the Rift Herald gets secured with very healthy members on the on the securing team, what they would be doing is to just march down one specific lane and use it to destroy the tower. But because they are so critical in health, what they have to do is to go back, giving Thunder Talk enough time to get or to reset their defenses, and by the time that they're back in the lane, you won't be able to really abuse the Rift Herald's power.
And they can just easily get more towers as well, even if Weibo Gaming has the RH. It's just catastrophic for Weibo Gaming. I mean, they have late game scaling, a lot of late game scaling with the Gwen, but given his situation right now, being so talented in terms of gold, how do you even deal with this Garen right now? It's so hard to do so as a Gwen if you don't have 2-3 items. Teamfight as well is so complicated. Look at the pull of Z. Wake Up is going to be engaging. Good headbutt. Isolation play tries to save the situation. It's not going to be enough here for Thunder Talk. Good Demat and Justice though onto the cow. Gets a 1-for-1. As Chi won't be able to deal consistent damage. It's a Ziggs.
Wake Up is refusing to lose. However, Fan just wants to summon the Rift Herald. Like, that's the only thing he wants to do. Let me summon it, man. Let me summon it, and then she would be able to do the rest. I just don't think it will be enough damage, though, because, again, this is now the nerfed Ziggs in a way. There you go. I believe the health threshold that you would need to execute this tower in the mid lane is around 100 or 200 HP. And this is just so sad for WBG because now the value of the Rift Herald just got depreciated real quick.
This Ziggs comp not working here for Weibo Gaming so far. Absolutely a stomp here.
Wake Up.
One engage onto Shin. That's a Stand United. Shin though being running very fast, able to go to safety. But the other side, Cow's dead once again here. And Thunder Talk collapsing now onto Fan. They want to get this doctor out of the way. That's the season. This is available for X-Buy.
Perfect!
The case the cask is much better. Oh my gosh, alley-oop to the allies. Thunder Talk gets 2 kills.
That's a pixel perfect cask. If I've ever seen one, like that was a perfectly placed to a point. They were able to get another kill on top of that kill against Wake Up. Wake Up is just trying to do so much right now, like and got easily punished. Let's look at that replay once again, and this again is picture perfect. Perfect to the pixel, man. Like perfect. I don't have any word. Like that to me is like the most beautiful explosive cask that I've ever seen in the playoffs.
Amen. I second that. It's amazing here for SMY. And definitely That is shaking Weibo Gaming right now. All those positions, every single mini mistake that they make will be at a big cost right now, especially that every single member of ThunderTop is ahead. Xby gonna get engaged, but still able to dodge that knock up from Wake Up, so he's gonna be fine, at least for the meantime.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw the build that Soil is doing right now, and he's ditching the Essence River pathway, but is now going for the Manamune route into the AP. It's actually the AP route, so turns out this is now a different Kai'Sa build, but still is effective, especially knowing that all his teammates is kind of ahead anyway, so there's no reason to rush the damage and just be happy to scale it up as the game progresses.
Void Seekers are going to hurt more now, and he doesn't have the necessity to be right in front of the members. So Weibo Gaming just gonna keep on throwing those Void Seekers, and it's gonna be fine. Weibo Gaming, they're gonna be playing dodgeball here in this game for sure. SMY.
The dragon is alive. The dragon is alive, and I was a bit worried for a second there. ThunderTalk was not even responding to the respawn timer on the dragon, but finally everyone is here. Infernal Dragon open for the taking for both squads. This could be very explosive here, Kyung.
Wake Up, trying to initiate. This time Sandra is going to be used onto the Alistar. Good initiation here. SMY still able to escape, but they now season. This is onto the front line. XY is dead, but Z still heavily in front of everybody. Able to zone them out. The damage is high. Killer Instinct in. Fan is just trying to run away, but he's not being allowed to do so. The slows from the Rylai Scepter. Nobody can escape.
Man, I thought for a second that was a good fight for WBG overall. Turns out that Swain is also a problem to be solved here. This Gwen is not really doing much for WBG. It was picked for one intention, to shred down the tanks. Was he able to do enough damage in that team fight? Absolutely not. Soil being able to dish a huge amount of damage as well on the AP Kai'Sa was what was needed. Again, that engage started with Z being the first one to get engaged on, but did it matter? No, he was untouched. He was just being pushed away by Wake Up. Hey, get off us. But in the end, like Z, you cannot run away. You can hide, but cannot really run away, man.
And Z is like, okay, you're gonna ignore me? Fine! Burn to death, be slowed, and just die right in front of me. ThunderTalk is just messing with them right now. Gold lead ballooning, stacks of their dragons increasing, Weibo Gaming starting to fall.
Man, this is 2 dragons. 7k. Okay. Something positive for WBG. Xby is here as well as Soil. If he ever hits this. Oh no.
He is very aggressive. Gets the kill onto Fan for sure. Basic deals absolutely no damage here onto Xby and explodes there with the stacks of the Kai'Sa. SMY gonna get traded out here. Good damage here by Faye. Spin to win by Shen.
No damage.
He just has to
he won't die. Yeah, I mean, that's 3 people trying to kill him, but I don't think they have enough damage to really pin him down, and Shin is just going to be that raid boss. Will even kill Wake Up! Man, it's crazy! This Garen needs to get banned, nerfed, or whatever, erased from the game.
Erased from the game. Shin got even stronger when Xby was down, because he has his Hullbreaker now, stacking and increasing his durability. He's very low, able to dodge that bouncing grenade. It's gonna be fine for sure. Z wants a piece of the action. Xby as well early into the fight, as Faye doesn't have mana or health. Nothing to save G. Oh man! Through the Ziggs, right on the Jace. They got both kills.
WBG is about to get 4-0'd in a playoffs by a team that hasn't been in the playoffs for so long. Soil is just so confident right now to go in, and I think he will be punished here. Wrong flash.
What? They're still fighting. Weibo Gaming trying desperately, but with the Beijing got down, nothing can be made anymore. ThunderTalk, another one-sided beatdown, 13 minutes, 10k, and a Baron.
The finalist of last season's WRL is just going to say goodbye today. This is close to insurmountable, Giong, and I know that ThunderTalk is a strong team, but them 4-0 wing Weibo Gaming is definitely not within my calculation, not within my expectation. Let's look into this replay. I mean, Soil going very aggressive, misses his flash. You look at his flash here. Oh, okay, I flashed incorrectly, but it doesn't matter. All the members was there to peel for her, and the triumph, everything that she needs to be able to still survive and end up victorious was there for Thunder Talk. And I guess this is their day, and this is also a notice to the next opponent of Thunder Talk. Are you really going to survive this new and improved team? Because this is definitely a very good team that we are witnessing right now.
Desperation play, they will get a good cast, but still the guy is gonna be falling down. They're now trying to group up. Z pops up, the demonic ascension, trying to zone them away. How can they deal damage onto the Swain? Absolutely no way. Spin to win as well by Shin. They bash the tower, drop the sword, flashes in onto the remaining 3 members of Weibo Gaming. They want to end this game. 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes. Z is tanking a lot, not feeling any damage. So Shin gets a kill onto Chi as well. It's an absolute domination by Thunder Talk. Finally, the Garen is going to be falling down. Took a lot of damage from the Nexus. I think they now need to start respecting Weibo Gaming. They got in too deep, but they're able to just attract so much. This tower in the mid lane also falling down for sure.
Oh no, yeah, but that still is 2 inhibitor towers down. For the side of WBG, so Thunder Talk will just be happy to take this third dragon, rinse and repeat, and just make sure to spend those unspent gold and still do what is left to be done here, which is to win the game, because I just think that Thunder Talk has this in the bag.
We're just waiting for the formality. It looks like Thunder Talk wants to secure this third dragon first to have the Infinity Stones here. And this game, potentially even Baron if they want to. It's not required. They can basically end this game right now with one team fight.
SMY.
Making sure they get every single thing before first. They want to get Wake Up. That's to stand united once more onto the Alistar.
Oh,
can it actually be good? SMY just waiting for the perfect angle. They get to the back line. The damage is huge. Let's see again with SMY and Shin just doing everything here. Everyone well connected. Sync. They get the ace. They get the sweep, and they will just defeat here Weibo Gaming and what might be their 4-0, the biggest stomp right now by Thunder Talk.
Thunder Talk advances, and we have to say goodbye to WRL Season 2's finalist. Weibo Gaming would not even be able to get one game off of this new and improved Thunder Talk. What a stomp and what an upset, to be honest with you, because I thought that the experience of WBG will catapult them into a favorable matchup against Thunder Talk. Well, turns out the power spike of Thunder Talk is real.
Oh man, this team continues to grow exponentially. It's starting to be so scary now for all their next opponents, and their next opponent might be JDG, I think. And this team, this Stomp Weibo Gaming, not even allowed to play. They weren't allowed to play. Not even a single win condition was met in all of the 4 games of Weibo Gaming. That's how one-sided this series has been. And Thunder Talk definitely, kudos to them.
I mean, Weibo Gaming did try everything to really surprise the members of Thunder Talk. They picked up Gwen with one thing in mind, right? They want to shred down those high HP to Garen. The Garen has always been a problem for them. But really, the thing that I kind of just want to, ask WBG coaching staff is, that in the past 3 games, Shin had just a massive impact on the champion, on the Garen. Why not just take it away? For good measure, right? Like, just to change things up. It doesn't matter. Like, at game number 5, if, say, for example, it gets left open and it gets picked up again, that's okay, right? But the fact remains, like, you have to change something. And again, in 4 consecutive games, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, the average disparity gold-wise was around 13,000, maybe even 12,000 per win by Thunder Talk. And that just goes to show that there's like a big gap between these 2 teams in the series alone. A 4-0 against the ex-finalists of WRL is really a very big statement.
And every single game that Thundertalk had against Weibo Gaming, Shin was not just winning, but stomping, dominating, giving a one-sided beatdown against Beijing Sika. That's how brutal the experience was of Sika the whole of the series. To think that the Garen wasn't even banned, that could have been at least an attempt that they did mid-series with game number. I think it was actually deserving of a ban come game number 2, given the performance of Shin in game 1, or at least game 3 or 4, but no respect was given.
Yeah, the concern in banning it away is that it is heavily prioritized by Thundertalk, right? It's being taken first rotation, which means that, you know, your first 3 bans would have to change over to Garen, which really throws off whatever game plan you have. And we all know that we are witnessing the best support staff that we can ask for in the CN conference. We all know that WBG is a very formidable team, but you know, outside of banning the Garen, maybe just by taking it away, things will be a lot different for the other side. They've been winning on the other side. Like, Soil has been dying, but did it really result into anything? Nada, zero. And I just cannot believe, Giyang, that WBG, Weibo Gaming, just got day 1. They got eliminated in the first day of the playoffs, and we will be seeing them for sure come next season.
Oh yeah.
With what I think might have or might feature a new player in the roster. We don't know, right? But something has to change, because it does look like that, you know, they hit a very big cap, a big rock, and I think, you know, something has to change.
I think game number 4 was supposedly their start to climb up and extend the series to game 7. It could have gone in a very good way for Weibo Gaming had it been a different scenario, different entry during the topside gank onto Shin. And he will get the MVP after getting a massive outplay in that, killing Beijing Sika with X-Spy killing the rest, and Z as well helping out. This guy is the genius on the Garen.
Yeah. It was Wake Up's fault for sure, like on the top side. Like, he went outside the range of the tower, which resulted into Sika dying on the top side, giving a triumph, giving everything that she needed to really push him forward. 4 games in a row, 4 times out of Garen, and was very impactful in all of them. Today's result, a resounding 4-0 victory to the side of Thundertalk.
Oh man, all of the CN games has been, you know, dominating results. It was a 4-1 of JDG versus J-Team, or Trace Esports. Now we see Weibo Gaming losing 0-4 against Thundertalk and will be dropped in the first day. They will be waiting for whoever's going to be losing in KBG versus Nova Esports and J-Team versus EDG. That is going to be a sight to see as well.
Yeah, so what happened here was KBG chose JDG's side of the bracket. So whoever loses in the matchup between KBG and Nova would still be able to avoid Thundertalk. We're talking Thundertalk as if like it's a team to beat in the lower bracket, because they are, right? Like, they are the dark horse right now. And if you are a J-Team and EDG, if you ever go down to the lower bracket, facing against Thundertalk is going to be a problematic sight to see. So if you're a J-Team, if you're a EDG, come next week, you need to win the game, because you definitely do not want to see Thundertalk.
Oh yeah. Whoever is going to be facing off against Thundertalk will be in a scary scenario, especially that Thundertalk is becoming an absolute beast right now. Tomorrow's match is going to be very interesting as we see another rematch, this time by Naos Esports and Buriram United Esports, as both of them lost against their respective matchup. Naos Esports lost in a game 7 against Gator Roser 1, BRU against Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, this is definitely a match to watch out for, right? Like, Naos versus Buriram, the first team to say goodbye in the playoffs on the Apex side of things. It's definitely a must-watch for both TH, our Thailand fans, and Filipino fans as well. Who do you think will come out on top there, Guillaume?
Oh man, you know who I want to win there. But my expectation is game 7 as well.
Say it
for sure. But I want to see BRU this time evolve I think this time around, after
Yeah.
their experience with Nigma Galaxy.
That's a best of 7, back-to-back best of 7 for the APAC representative. That just goes to show that regardless of what seed you are, first, second, third, or fourth, you are in for a very tight match. And so that matchup might indeed result into a 7 long game series. It will happen this Wednesday, right? Like, so whoever gets to cast that game will be in for a banger, because that is definitely a matchup that I think would really go the distance.
And the day has been very, very fast as well. 2 hours elapsed from when we started, and the series immediately ended. Congratulations to Thunder Talk. Definitely, that is a big win for them. 3 more wins, and they will be able to qualify for the finals. Sadly, we have to bid goodbye to Weibo Gaming, and we're hoping to see them once again. Any final words, Oculus, before we head out?
Well, I'm just sad to see WBG go, but that is the premise of WRL Asia. We are featuring the best of the best teams in the world right now, and whatever results there are, especially a 4-0, it's definitely a convincing manner to say that who is the better team, and in this day, Thunder Talk is the better team.
Agree. I second that. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching to the very end. Thank you so much, Riot Games, VNG Games, and Coca-Cola for making this event possible. You have watched the WRL League Asia 2023 season number 1, the lower brackets, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the Sunday's special. But for now, good night, everyone.
There's something about games.
What you're doing there gives you real chills.
There is one thing that can't be stopped.
Feelings. And if you can feel it,
it must be real, right?
And that's
real magic.